Welcome back. Dynasty Decisions, episode number 147. It has been a while since we've done a pure Dynasty Decisions episode as opposed to, doing a mock draft first and then breaking down some questions afterwards. We do have a number of questions in the queue, couple of trades, couple of team reviews. I do want to quickly mention that we will be giving out some trades, giving out some team reviews in this live stream. We're hoping we can go for about an hour and a half to 2 hours on this one. So hopefully we get through the ones that we have. Of course, if you do want to get one, skip the line, you can get your team reviewed using the link in the chat and then the description, and also get trade questions answered this way as well. So, Danny, let's get kicked off. We have a trade question from Staplers here, where Trevian Henderson would be being acquired and an early to mid second in exchange for Alec Pierce, RJ Harvey, Alec Manor. So a couple of guys, I would say I'm not like super high on the assets, but I know there's definitely going to be some truthers out there for all of the assets on the left side of that deal.
It's Hendo all day for me personally. I understand he's on the down low right now. Stevenson looked good in the playoffs. I also just think Henderson mentally kind of was a little behind. I do think going into year 2, getting more reps under his belt, you'll start to see him really take over a full workload. We saw what it looked like in glimpses at the end of the year. It's just, unfortunately, Stevenson was an NFL-ready back, and in a playoff run where the Patriots end up making the Super Bowl, you need the guy to make the right reads. I still believe that the Patriots believe long-term Henderson's going to be their guy. So for this price, I'm unconvinced that the Broncos don't take a running back on day 2, to be honest. Like, I think Harvey needs a compliment added, or maybe they go after a Tyler Algier type in free agency. Maybe they bring back a J.K. Dobbins. I'm a lot more worried long-term in terms of the 3-down skill set of RJ Harvey than I am Trevian Henderson. So I'm taking this deal every time.
Yeah, I think that's definitely fair. The one thing that I'd be semi-worried about with Henderson is like the thing that was creeping rearing its ugly head in college, which is, hey, I'm not, really a 3-down workhorse. You kind of need to use a compliment with me. Like Quinshawn gets brought in, obviously. I think that is maybe going to be an issue for him in the NFL, and we saw that happen with Stevenson. I also don't think that, like, how does this situation clear up necessarily? You know what I mean? Like, is Stevenson going to get cut randomly? Like, it seems like they like him. Like, he's also not costing them a ton. Like, do they add another year to his contract or whatever? Like, I guess I just worry that the expectation that people have for Trevian Henderson will be that one day he's a top 8 dynasty running back, top 8 redraft running back. I just worry that we might not ever see that day. He might always be part of a committee. So part of me goes, I think he's a tiny bit overrated right now.
I mean, to a degree, I understand like the concern, and I understand like, there's a floor on this situation here. It's not like it's a smash guarantee that he's going to be that, but I just think from a natural progression standpoint, next year it's going to be more so a 60-40 split, and then we're going to start to see him continue to ascend. Because I do think, again, the physical traits are there, the elusiveness is there, the ability as a receiver is there, the ability to break off long plays is there. It's just the down and down consistency is the thing lacking right now in terms of success rate as a runner. And honestly, when you're in a playoff mode, gotta win, gotta have it, you would much rather, Ramondre Stevenson, the consistency down and down that he brought, rather than trying to develop Henderson. I do think in the regular season next year, we're going to start to see at least more of an even split, if not potentially Henderson, as he gets more familiar, potentially even take that full lead.
I know what you mean. I guess I just am worried that
we both thought he was a little raw coming out, even if the talent was there, though. Like vision wise,
that's true. My worry is that what ambiguity says in the chat here. Yeah, people think he's Jahmyr Gibbs. That's my worry. Yeah, is that that's why
he's not there as a runner yet.
It is that people think he's Jahmyr Gibbs.
Yeah, and he's not there as a runner yet. And will he ever be there? Probably not, because Jahmyr Gibbs is just a special player.
Right, but don't you think inherently part of why you buy into Henderson at RB9 price tag or RB7 price, whatever he is on the dynasty market right now, I have him RB9. Don't you think inherently part of the draw of buying him at that price is that he could become Jahmyr Gibbs someday?
To a degree, yeah, but again, not 2 to 3% of running backs will ever get to Jahmyr Gibbs' level realistically. Like, if he's a poor man's Jahmyr Gibbs and he's getting 80 plus targets per year, he can still very much produce at a top 5 to 8 running back level. It's just like, to be Jahmyr Gibbs, top 3 overall running back, he's going to have to get there in terms of his vision.
Yeah, no, for sure. Also, just a shout out to everybody, hammer the like button so that we can get this out to as many people as possible. And the more likes we get, the more questions we'll give away. So leave after you hit the like button, leave your username in the chat, and we will give away some trade questions to start. And then if we get some real traction on the stream, then we'll rip some team reviews and whatnot. But as far as this deal is concerned, I probably still would take the Henderson side just because I think that the upside is on that side. And I just don't love the rest of the players in the deal. If they were
I would
different
take Henderson
players,
straight up over the other side.
I wouldn't. I would need the two involved, I think. But in a vacuum, I
Really?
think this is a pretty good deal to make.
You
Yeah, because
have
I think
you have
Pierce
you have
Pierce
but
is
you have
probably going to be about worth the two there, give or take. And I think
you have
again, you can
Henderson
argue.
36 spots higher than him.
I know.
Like, to me, that 36 spot difference alone is worth an early two.
Yeah.
You know?
I guess I'm just not really a fan of that's the side of the deal that I would take, but I'm not really a fan of buying Trevian right now, if that makes any sense.
To me, this is a free two. I would take this every time.
Yeah. Yeah, and he's an interesting discussion point for sure because he's clearly on the downslope based on what people think about him, and I think it's warranted, to be honest. So that's the other part of it. Okay, let's get into our Collet has a team review for us. Fabrice Brothers here is the name of his team. He is 5th in the analyzer, finished 4th this year, and he said he was offered Nico and 202 for 102.
No. Oh, you get 102?
Yeah, no, he has the 102. Hold on. He has Nico. Okay.
So that, I mean, that's relatively
102
close.
with Nico in the 202, I guess, is what the trade is.
So that's relatively close. Can you throw in a player instead of the two? Like, could you throw in a Jacoby Myers instead of the 202 to get that done?
Yeah, or even
because I like the aspect of getting younger on this team. Because quite frankly, like, yeah, you were 8-6. Yeah, like you said, you finished 4th. This would be more so a team that I'd want to retool around my young assets. Because to be honest, I just don't know if you have the firepower to compete with the guy at the top.
Yeah, no, I don't disagree with you. And Will, I sent you a trade question in the chat, and Terps, I will send you a trade question in the chat as well. Again, for those of you guys that want some trade questions, want some team reviews, haven't given out a team review yet, but we will probably give one out, give a couple out throughout this stream. So make sure you hit the like button and leave your chat username in the chat there. So yeah, I think that in a vacuum, I like the deal. Nico and the 202 for the 102. Presumably that would be Makai Lemon and Carnell Tate, depending on what receiver you like there. I guess he could go Mendoza as well. I probably would just rather, like, if you do this deal, I would just rather trade the 102 for a quarterback than take Mendoza at 102.
I mean, depends who's available though, because honestly, I mean, we spoiler alert, we did Mendoza's film review. You already announced it, so I can say that out loud. We already did the film study on him, and I think he's valid. If you want to take him upwards of the 102, I think you're totally reasonable to do it. Now, raw grade wise, I have Lemon and Tate above them. But if somebody said, hey, I'm quarterback needy and I value Mendoza as a fringe top 12 startup asset at quarterback, I don't think they're outrageous to say that at all.
No, I don't think so. And you know what? Ambiguity, I'll drop you a team review because you were very early on in the chat saying that if we needed any help with the team reviews and filling them out, we could send them to you. So yeah, congrats. You got a free team review in the chat. And Danny did just kind of allude to it. Our first edition of our draft guide comes out 4 days from now. We have our top 24 ranked players, graded player cards and all that stuff. And as you guys would have seen yesterday on my Twitter, if you're following along over there, there is a video draft guide kind of preview of what it looks like. So if you have no idea kind of what we mean by video draft guide, you want a little bit of a sneak peek, you can head on over to my Twitter and go check that out. Basically how the draft guide will work. It's like you'll see the player card, you'll see the grades and all that kind of stuff. You click on the player card where it says prospect video, and you're brought to the tab where you can watch us break down their film. And we are going to continue to do that for all the prospects in this draft, not together for the lower end prospects because we kind of need to divide and conquer on those guys, but all the high end dudes that are going to cost you high end rookie pick capital, we'll have you covered on duos there as well. So as far as the direction of the team here, if you do this deal, you're kind of signaling that you may be, gearing towards a rebuild, right? If I'm, reading that, you probably then want to use, Breece Hall's new landing spot potentially in free agency to maybe see what you can get for him. Because, I mean, he's young enough that you could retool around him for 1 year, but I would imagine he's about to see a major spike in value. So it could be the time to go and cash out to some degree on what he represents. And same goes
he's going to be 25 this year, so I think that would be a sharp thing. Like, what if he went to like the Chiefs or the Cowboys or some bullshit in free agency? Then at that point, you could probably sell him again. RB11 listed there. If he gets a primo landing spot, I think you can even sell him for upwards of top 7, top 8 dynasty running back prices. Yeah, for sure. And I'm not going to give out any more vouchers until you guys hammer the like button further because it is at a pitiful 8 likes right now. Oof, so until you guys hit the like button, I'm not giving out anything else. So the other stuff he says, KTR team is interested in Fannin.
My 109 by itself doesn't have much interest. Any ideas to get better? I mean, if you're going to be in kind of more of like a rebuilding shell, rebuilding tool.
Let's see who the guy with the that wants Fannin. Let's see what his team looks like. Because if he has a higher pick, I'd be willing to move him Fannin plus the 109 for a higher pick plus maybe a piece, or depending on how high the pick is. Like if it's a top 4, top 5 pick, I would even do Fannin plus the 109 straight up.
So who is KTR is my question. I don't see KTR anywhere.
Whatever starts with K, maybe King Tut.
This guy is Kincaid. Maybe he's viewing. I don't think that's probably him.
I mean, he's the only one that starts with K.
I mean, this guy doesn't have a good tight end. Maybe it's him, but I don't see anyone.
I think
KTR team.
I'm just going to assume it's King Tet, because like who else would it be?
Yeah. If you're in the chat right now, Arcola, just let us know who that is. Just because I don't see who it would be. If it is this guy, I personally would not be willing to do Fannin and the 109 for the 104 unless
you wouldn't
back. No, absolutely not.
What?
I think Fannin is top 50 to 60 startup asset.
He is, but you don't think that's worth the 104?
Hell no.
In this class, 109 plus Fannin for the 104.
No, because I think that Fannin is already a round and a half or so after the 104 in terms of startup value.
We got to talk about it relative to the prospects. Given our grades on Mendoza, Tate, and Lemon, like I would do that any single time.
I would need something back, like equivalent.
If you can get something back, all the power to you. But
I mean, he doesn't have any twos, so like that would be what I would want back, and he doesn't have any twos. I don't think that would be worth. Like if you could do 109, 202, and Fannin for fucking for
you get a late first back
and one of the late projected 27 ones.
Yeah, I mean, like I would honestly just do 109 and Fannin. If you can get more, then like all the power to you. I just think like that's probably what it costs. Like the 109 is probably the difference between getting a top 25 asset versus a top 55, 60 asset, which is what Fannin is for me.
Yeah, for sure. This is an interesting, predicament though, because if you're let's just say you go, okay, I want to hold Fannin. He's a 21-year-old tight end or whatever. Your 109 by itself, you said, doesn't have much interest. What I would probably do is wait until closer to the rookie draft, see where that 109 is going to develop into. Maybe we get some good draft capital running backs, etc. Another first round quarterback or whatever that pushes up the value of that pick. And then maybe you could punt it into 2027, or maybe because you're going to be in a rebuild at that point, you take a prospect that you like there, maybe trade back a couple of picks or something. So I would say if nobody's biting on the 109 now, just hold it. It'll probably continue to gain value as we get through the combine and we get closer to the draft. A lot of people are going to make the mistake right now of trading their rookie picks away. And while I think that generally the 109 or 108 to like 112 are not super valuable this year, I think the time to trade those picks away was in January or in December when people didn't realize exactly what.
It's almost the inverse now. I kind of want to buy the picks right now. Because I like, given the current market sentiment, everybody's like, oh, 2026. I'm actually more in the camp of buying picks given the current status of them. Like, it almost feels like people are undervaluing picks right now.
Yeah. No, I don't disagree, honestly. I think that's where I'm at with it, because the time to trade 109 or like I traded during the fantasy playoffs, I traded 111 for Jamison Williams. That deal's not available anymore. You're not going to get that. So that point, you might as well just hold the 111.
Also, I have Warren 4, but this is currently ranked by Corey's rankings.
Yeah, I have Fannin over Warren, dude. Fannin is 2.5 years younger than Warren and outproduced him.
Yeah, no, it's fair. I just think long term, I'm just going to trust the capital of Warren, and I do think before the down stretch of the season where Warren really struggled, he was definitely better. That's close though. I mean, like they are very close. The one thing I will get on you on,
I mean, Njoku's gone too, which is another.
100%. One thing I'll get on you on. There's no way there's only a 3-spot discrepancy between Loveland and Fannin.
It's way more pro Fannin than it is anti Loveland. I probably need to move Loveland up my overalls a little bit. He probably needs to be in the 40s for sure, but
30s. There's
like I said,
there's a 33 spot discrepancy between them on the site.
I'm going to be way higher on Fannin than everybody on the site. And
that's fine. I have him at 5.
On Loveland than everyone.
Oh yeah, I know. I have him at 5, and again, like I'm probably the wrong person to ask on that because I have Loveland probably 25 to 30 spots ahead of you.
Yeah, probably. Anyways, anything else on this team before we move on to the next team review that we have here? Is there anything else that sticks out to you like a sore thumb? Like I said, I would probably
quarterback core scaring me.
Quarterback
core scaring me, which is why if you could make the deal using Fannin to get up to Mendoza, assuming at 104, I would still be willing to do it. Even if you have to overpay 15% on market value, Mendoza added to this team is exactly what you need.
Yeah. I also think generally too, like this is the type of team where I'm kind of comfortable, like just absolutely breaking this down to the studs, because there is like a couple really strong teams at the top of this league. And like you said, the quarterback core scares me. I worry that Hurts and McCarthy are going to continue to lose value. I worry about Breece Hall and Kyron Williams kind of being at peak value right now. And other than really Drake London and some of the other young, not really valuable assets that you have in the tight ends, there's not really anybody that you could build around long term. And I do think because there's some teams in this league with a bunch of 27-1s, it kind of gives me a little bit of an insight to the fact that people will trade those picks pretty easily if you're giving them good value. So I would probably try and gear my sights towards the 2027 and 2028 class and shed production from this team. Because like you said, this is a team that you
top three contenders.
Top three contenders are double so much better than you. Like their teams are just so much better. You might as well position yourself to be the next version of that team, but it is going to take a year or two. I don't think this team is 1 or 2 hits on your rookie picks away from being dominant.
Yeah, I don't disagree. I think you're probably 1 or 2 hits away from being 3rd or 4th in this league because those top 2 guys, 11-3 records, very, very strong overall win now personnel. Can we see Rob G's team as well? He went 3-11, but like I want to see what the value is. So I'm assuming he went spending this offseason, or he lost Neighbors,
players. He had injuries.
Lost Neighbors, lost Hampton. Burrow got hurt for a bit. Makes more sense. Okay.
Burden wasn't Hunter. He just has a valuable team and whatnot. Yeah, I would position myself for the 2027, 2028 class. And again, doing that Nico deal, I think is a good start.
Yes.
Generally speaking, I think it's a good trade. I would probably just take Mekhi Lemon or Carnell Tate with that pick. But if you want to go, shop for Mendoza, maybe you could trade back and still get Mendoza. Maybe you could trade that for a quarterback like I made reference to. Could you trade 102 for Caleb Williams right now or something?
Well, that's what I mean. It's like if you are able to get the 102 and the 104 I mentioned like the potential Fannin deal if you can get that done. On top of that, we mentioned the Nico deal for the 102. If you can get 102 and 104 and you can add Fernando Mendoza plus one of those, stud wide receivers in this class, I'm really liking the direction of this long term. London's going to be your number 1 wide receiver. You then add your wide receiver 2 via the draft. Loveland to me is 1 year away from being the tight end 1 in Dynasty. Like he goes out there next year and he has 900 yards and 8 touchdowns. Corey, he's going to be the tight end 1 or 2 behind Bowers.
Yeah, I feel the same way about Fannin, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I think we get a quarterback for the Browns at the top of the 2027 class after Fannin's coming off another 807 touchdown season. I might have him tight end 1 in Dynasty. Like that's how high I am on Fannin. So if you do that Fannin deal that you kind of brought up, I would want to do Fannin plus 109 for Fannin plus 109 plus 202 for the 104 and a 27-1. That would be the only way I would do Fannin in that situation. Just a price difference between the two of us on Fannin.
Yeah, I mean, if you can get it done for that, obviously that would be even extra gravy. But I wouldn't even need to do the 202 for first round swap. But again, see what you can do. Fannin obviously coming off of high. You can even use the news. Hey, listen, and Njoku's already asking out right now. Like I think I'm selling Fannin at the wrong time, but I'm willing to make this deal because I know you need a tight end. And I'm assuming he probably approached you with interest in Fannin because he saw the Njoku report too.
Probably
maybe that piqued his interest.
Like I said, I would also not be opposed to selling Fannin for 27 or 28 capital because you are going to be in a bit of a multi-year rebuild here. But that would be another direction that I would consider going. But anyways, we spent enough time on this team. Let's move on.
Joe, Fannin is definitely a dog. It's more so the fact that you have Colson Loveland, and if you can get a quarterback or a stud wide receiver, it just helps you in the long term. It's fine having.
I would be more prone to move Loveland personally, just because I know Loveland's price is higher.
That depends on that price, because as high as you are on Fannin, I got fucking Loveland as a top 25 asset.
I know, and this is just spoiler, this is going to be a fucking discussion point for us. I will take you right now, Fannin versus Loveland head for head.
I will take that every single day.
More next year. I will do it. I think Fannin.
Sign me up. I will take that. There's currently like a 20 spot discrepancy in ADP, and I'll take the free value there.
Yeah. But anyways, call me Nebs here. Cup of Joe. Joe's closed. Okay, that's the name of his team. He said, "What's good, guys? How is my team?" Okay, so the team, after going 3-11 last year due to a lot of injuries by the looks of it, is in really good shape because you got a lot of assets in the cupboard. The cupboard is not bare on this squad right here.
Corey, are you starting to get a little bit worried that Denver signs like a Tyler Algier type?
Very. I'm actually just in the camp that they're just going to bring back J.K. Dobbins.
That would be another option too. Yeah, that would be another option, or maybe they would draft like a Jadarian Price in the second round to be a compliment to you. If RJ Harvey's your main between the tackles runner, especially from an instinctual perspective. I think you need another pure runner added. Or brought back, like you said, if
he's
Dobbins
just
is
not
healthy.
there yet. He's not where he needs to be. Even if it is a draft pick versus a free agent running back, given the strength of the free agent class, and I've talked about this on like numerous occasions, I expect the NFL to tell us what they think about the running back draft with what they do in free agency. We're going to see some big money thrown around to the Algiers of the world, to the Dowdles of the world, guys that we're not expecting to get big money. I expect them to get more money than people are thinking.
I'm scared the Cowboys might get priced out of Javonte Williams.
It's possible. It's possible. I think a lot of people are going to go big game hunting for ETN, Walker, and Hall to start. And then that second tier is going to get paid like Swift did a couple of years ago, where it's like, that's a pretty sizable contract for what Swift was worth at the time.
Well, that's the thing. It's like if my options as the Cowboys are re-signing Javonte to 3 years, $27 million, or just spending the extra $4 million per year to get Breece Hall, I would rather get Breece Hall every time.
Yeah. This is an interesting discussion because maybe this is just me thinking out loud here. I don't think we should be viewing them extremely far apart. I'm not saying that Henderson's not better and the better asset right now, but I don't think we should be viewing them extremely wide gap, huge margin apart, like we currently are in rankings. Most people are.
I have two counters to that. One, New England's offensive line is going to get better. Denver's offensive line almost guaranteed is going to get worse because they were quite literally the by far best offensive line in the league this year. And on top of that, we saw the big plays already translate. With Harvey, it's like he was inefficient behind the best offensive line in the league.
I know. You can easily argue that Henderson, even if forever he is condemned to a 15 touch
even if
max
it's DeAndre Swift
the rest of his career, he can still be much better than Harvey, even on 18, 20. And like, again, both of us kind of view Harvey as like, okay, maybe he'll be the starter again next year, but I don't expect him to be a starter for 6-7 years of his career.
Like, even if it doesn't fully work out mentally for Trevian Henderson, it's like, at least you're getting a DeAndre Swift asset. You know, he's going to catch passes. You know, he's going to break off chunk plays. Obviously, like, if you drafted him with higher expectations, like a lot of us, like, yeah, that would be probably like the 30th, 40th, 50th percentile outcome, somewhere in that range. Like, you want him to be more. But if you're telling me the floor here is like, oh, yeah, you're getting like a mid-end RB2, like, I don't think that's Harvey's floor. I think that would be like about the expectation.
Henderson's ceiling went from, as a rookie, you could have talked yourself into him being the next Jahmyr Gibbs. His ceiling is now James Cook, in my opinion.
Yeah. I think that would make sense.
James Cook like 3-4 years to become who he is now.
Yeah. You started seeing the glimpses in year 2, year 3 is when he fully broke out, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, but even him breaking out was still like high-end RB2 his first year as the starter, and then last year he had his first, monster season on the back of the touchdowns and the goal line production and that kind of thing. So again, I just want to reposition expectations on Trevian Henderson because I do think a lot of people assumed he would be Jahmyr Gibbs.
Yeah, which is definitely fair. Also, with James Cook, he had his first breakout in year 2, but that was without the touchdowns. And then we saw the touchdowns the last 2 years.
Right.
Like in terms of the efficiency, the overall yardage, like it happened in year 2 for him. So hopefully we do see that for Henderson because he's super fun to watch when he's playing well.
Yeah. Okay. So here's my point on the James Cook comp. James Cook has just now reached top 8 dynasty running back status for the first time in his career. So the fact that Henderson's already being ranked here is why I'm saying, like, if we reposition expectations to James Cook and that it might take Henderson another year or two to become James Cook from a production standpoint, should we be ranking him RB6 or RB8 or whatever he's being ranked right now?
And it's a fair conversation. It's just my rebuttal, I guess, would be who else would be ranked there?
Well, yeah, that's fair. And obviously, like Jeremiah is going to be ranked ahead of him the second he gets into the league.
Yes.
You're not going to rank the other rookies, I would imagine, ahead of him unless they got first round capital or something like that.
Yeah, like, Jadarian Price goes 30th overall to the Broncos. Yeah, I'd probably rank him ahead of him. You know what I mean? Like,
like because of if Judkins didn't get hurt, I would rank Judkins ahead of him, no questions asked, because I think that Judkins has proven that he can handle a workload.
Yeah, they'd be similar areas. Just I'm really worried about the lower body injury and the offense.
Obviously, the injury factors in. I also think that had Scadaboo stayed healthy, you could have argued him over Henderson as well. Like if Scadaboo had been coming off of a top 12 season, I think we all would have ranked him over Henderson based on what he looked like as a rookie.
It's just unfortunately you're getting a 4.65 runner coming off a lower body injury that was a day 3 pick. Like statistically, it's not fun having a bunch of stock in Cam Scadaboo if you do right now.
Yeah.
Historically.
This is my point, ambiguity. I do think he is a sell right now based on people who still think he'll be Jahmyr Gibbs, not based on what he's kind of been. Like, I think, what he is, he's got to be a top 10 to 12 dynasty running back because there's nobody else. But at the same time, are we ever going to see this guy post a top 5 season in the NFL for fantasy? I don't know. I really don't. I love the offense. I love the breakaway plays and stuff, but now Ohio State and the New England Patriots have determined that this is not a guy that we want to hand the ball 18, 20 times a game.
Yeah, and it's just like the game-breaking ability is always going to be there. It's just the question, like, what does he do when the chunk play doesn't go 60-plus yards? Like, that was even the question at Ohio State, too. Like, we even pointed out a couple times, like, the down-and-down consistency, like, I don't know, man. You got the ability to make all these plays in space, to make people miss, to be able to contribute so well as a wide receiver. We just need to see it down to down. And again, will he ever fully develop that part of his game, especially considering he was a 4-year player at Ohio State? That's yet to be seen. What about Scat? Hot take.
If I knew Scatterbo was going to be unaffected by the injury, I would take him over Henderson. Gun to my head.
I mean, you could argue him even like upwards of RB7, RB8. It's just the thing that's really concerning me about Scat is this almost Damian Piercy a little bit?
A little bit, yeah. And I think you can argue that it is, but my counter would be that we had an RB1 upside prospect in the model versus a waiver wire prospect, which Damian Pierce was. So like Scatterbo, it's not like he just
more stylistically
all of a sudden.
Yeah, again, more stylistically, obviously the overall profile of Scatterbo like wipes what Pierce was doing at Florida.
For sure. Anyways, getting back to this team here. Getting back to this team that we have from Call Me Nebs. So these picks, where is that? Shrouded in
his own pick and Shrouded's?
Okay, this guy went 8-6. I mean, we're probably talking 106 to 108, I would imagine.
I think that team's at
probably
least
107 or 108.
That other team that you just showed, I think is probably a fringe playoff team, Shrouded.
Well, he hasn't had the pick roll over yet, so we don't know 2026 1. So he had 1861 and 8-6 record. And he probably made the playoffs by the looks of it. So it might have depended on how far he went. It's 107 to 110, I would say, most likely. That's where that pick is.
Probably good range to assume. And in terms of your own pick, you went 3-11. So I'm assuming your own pick's probably going to be somewhere in the top 3.
1190 points for as well. That's 101.
Wow, you got the 101. Okay. So immediately we talked about, okay, maybe concern with RB long term, especially if we're not as bottom with Harvey. Non-issue now. You take Jeremiah Love and you have Jeremiah Love, Chase Brown, RJ Harvey. I think that's more than adequate of a running back core. Wide receiver, you have Puka, you have Tedero McMillan, you have Devontae Smith. Maybe you add another guy with that.
Yeah, the other first that he has is presumably going to be like Casey Concepcion or Denzel Boston or Omar Cooper or somebody like that. I mean, you're probably not in the sweepstakes for Kenyon Sadiq, given that you have Brock Bowers and David Njoku will probably be a decent backup for you. My thought process would be once you get that pick, wherever it is, 107, 108, 109, 110 is where I'm guessing it is. That's the type of pick that I would be looking to either maneuver up with or maneuver down with. So if you can go up using some of your future capital because you have a ton of it, or package a bunch of your 2s together, your 3s, whatever you got to do to get into that top 4 to top 5 to secure another one of those top wide receivers, whether it's Tyson or Lemon or Tate. Or I also think that you should be in the sweepstakes for Fernando Mendoza, given the quarterback core that you have right now. So I would personally be earmarking that 109 to 110, whatever pick that is. And if it is 107, 108, even better, to get up to get another quarterback option if you possibly can, whether it's trading that pick straight for a quarterback or
you have so many 2s, Mendoza. Right? You have so many 2s. Like if you have to throw on 109 plus a bunch of 2s to, like you said, get an established veteran option at quarterback or potentially move up into Mendoza range, I think that would make sense. Because you have what, like 6 2s listed there? 5?
Yeah, he's got 5 2s, I think it is. Yeah. And one of them's 201 because it's one of them is his. And some of these other 2s, it looks like, is that CT Hack? No, he doesn't have that one. He has that guy's 3, which is high. Oh, he has his 2 as well. So this is the 2. He has like 201, 202, and then a couple mid 2s by the looks of it.
Shout out Mason, by the way. And I'll hit you up in the DMs. Literally right after the Super Bowl finish, basically, in terms of the TLDR version, I just got the email back from Twitter saying like, oh yeah, like we fixed the email for you. You should be good. I tried to log in and I was right back on my account. The first thing I did, changed my password and disabled encryption key, which is what the hacker put on my account.
Yeah, it's funny that was put in place to make sure that they wouldn't be able to do stuff like that.
And it makes it easier for them to hack.
Yeah, it makes it easy because like they got to change your password or whatever otherwise, and that would have been harder for them to do. But anyways, I think we're close to 25 likes on this stream right now. Keep hitting the like button, fellas, baby, because once we get to 25, we are going to give away some more trade reviews, team reviews, etc. So if you haven't already hit the like button, go ahead and do that. But yeah, this team, I mean, you have so much flexibility, whether it is to address your quarterback position, which to me is need number one, and then address your wide receiver depth, because I like the top end guys that you have, but filling them out with either a rookie wide receiver. And again, this is such a great class too, to have a bunch of twos and to need wide receivers, because you could throw darts at the dartboard. 201, you take Elijah Surratt. 202, you take Zachariah Branch. 208, you take, whoever, like Ted Hurst gets good draft capital or something like that. There's so many guys in this class of wide receiver that what's up?
On top of that, once you get to, like, let's say you spend a couple of those picks on the wide receivers, you have 5 twos. If you want to send some of those later twos on for like a 2027 or like mid to late projected 2 and 3, or a 2027 early to mid projected 2.
You can also buy running back production, because I do think you're going to be in somewhat of a winning window if you really wanted to go after, DeAndre Swift, or, some of these guys that get signed to new teams, like Tyler Algier signs with the Texans or something like that, and all he costs you on the open market's 207. I think he would be a good fit to be like an RB2 for your team or whatever. So yeah, a lot of flexibility. This is why we like having this much, pick bank wrapped up, is because you have so much flexibility to spend those picks, trade them up, trade them down, trade them for future picks, or trade them for veterans.
You want to hear my hot take, by the way?
What's that?
I think Javonte prices him out of the Cowboys range, and the Cowboys sign Tyler Algier.
Yeah, I think the Algier would be a perfect Cowboy. I could totally see that.
I've been drafting so much Algier in the fringe top 100 of the big board. It's insane.
Yeah. Atomic. What is your username? I don't see it in the chat right now. We'll send you a team review voucher if you send us your username. But let's speed things up a little bit, because we're kind of slacking just a bit on the timing of everything. But Flowery Density here, the Tet offensive, trying to decide whether to run it back, make win now trades, retool my roster for the future, or by trading some of my older players. So did he win the championship? He said run it back as if he won it.
11-3.
He's on a 1-loss streak, so maybe lost in the championship.
Yeah, I'm assuming the guy with the 1 win streak maybe beat him.
Yeah, potentially. I mean, either way, this is a team that I would look to run it back with, because and the telltale sign for me is, should I run it back or should I not run it back? Is Christian McCaffrey is just the type of asset that needs to die on your roster at this point in time.
He got the 109, by the way.
Okay, so he didn't make the championship by the looks of it.
So do you use the 109 plus a piece to go and try to big game hunt?
You could, yeah. I mean,
I'd be willing to.
Would you be willing to send the 109 in 2026 plus his 2027 one for like Devon Achane or somebody like that?
Yeah, especially if you can tack on like a cheaper player on top, like
let's see who has some of those higher end running backs here, if there's anybody that makes sense. I mean, Barkley would make sense too, but you're obviously not going to do that. I mean, you could trade the 109 straight for Barkley. I think that would be a fine deal.
Brees would make sense too.
Brees would make sense. I'm trying to find like one of the true like hammers if they're on like a bad team. I mean,
Bijan's gonna be too tough.
Bijan's gonna be hard, but this guy's team is in a position where he might be looking towards a rebuild.
Like maybe you throw him 109, the 2027 one, and you'd have to give up another need him. Like
I'd give him Burden 109 a 2027 one for Robinson on the team.
I would do it with Marv as well. So like if you could do that, I would do that.
Yeah, big game hunting at running back to me seems like the best course of action for him. I think Bucky is a good buy low candidate right now. You might be able to get it done 109 for Bucky, and maybe you just have to throw in something small, like maybe 109 Jaden Higgins for Bucky or something like that. Would get that done.
I think that would make sense. Maybe you get him to throw in like a J.K. Dobbins or some bullshit on the end.
Ultimately, I don't want to trade for Bucky Irving right now, because I want to see what happens in free agency with Tampa Bay at the running back position. But I do think
good quotes from Zach.
What's up?
I saw some of the quotes that were coming out from Zach Robinson. It's a good sign, at least.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, this guy is Hampton and Cook. I think he's probably thinking he's more of in a competitive window once he gets Jeremiah Love added to this team, but maybe he's willing to deal one of those two running backs. I would give up 109 and a 2027 one for either of them. And I would do it for Love too, if he'd be willing to do that. I doubt it, but maybe he's willing to do that as well.
I would do more for Love. I would
probably give him Burden too to get Love, but
I'm fully willing to spend up on Love.
I mean, this guy is Gibbs, but he did just have an 8-6 record. He's probably still thinking he's competitive, but you could inquire about Gibbs, see if there's anything that he would be interested in.
Especially given his quarterback core, a little bit more aging there. Prescott, obviously 33. Darnold's going to be 29. Like, I think this guy's probably going to hold and try to compete.
Yeah, I mean, I love the way that your team is constructed at quarterback. Between Herbert, Goff, Ward, and Malik Willis, you have such a nice blend of upside, youth, etc. You could even potentially, I wouldn't even be opposed if you're like, hey, I believe a ton in Malik Willis to get a starting job. I'd be willing to trade Jared Goff away. I think you could absolutely do that if you want to. Just he's the type of quarterback asset doesn't usually fetch a ton on the open market. But again, more or less, when you have Christian McCaffrey on a dynasty team that was competitive, you are probably going to get less in a trade for Christian McCaffrey than he is actually worth. So you might as well just contend one more year until he starts to fall off. If you're like, hey, I know he's fallen off this year, I got inside information or whatever, sometimes you just got to trust your gut on that stuff. And if you can get first round capital for Christian McCaffrey, go ahead. But if you're going to trade him and then try and compete anyways, there's no point of doing that. You might as well, if you're going to trade him, you need to retool. If you're going to keep Christian McCaffrey, which you probably should given the strengths of your team, you should just try and run it back and try and win again.
Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, overall, like you were very clearly close. 11-3 record. You got a little bit unlucky. You lost in, what would that be? The semifinal round is the 109. So, to me, that's just a little bad luck. Retool with that 109. Try to get another piece added, specifically if you can get a hammer at running back. Or, I mean, depending on how deep the league is, how many wide receiver spots have we got?
It is
like you could always consolidate at wide receiver if you really wanted
10,
to.
So yeah, you could. You're probably starting most of these guys, I would imagine.
Yeah, like would you throw 109 plus Marv as well to get like a big hammer at wide receiver if you can get up to?
I mean, if it gets me Drake London or something, I would do that. I would
probably about the range
in that territory, though. I think I wouldn't do it for like, Big Buka or something. Like I would need somebody better.
Like even like if it was 109 plus Marv and it was Nico plus another veteran piece, I think I would do something like that too. Depending on who has like Nico.
Yeah.
If you can get another piece with Nico, let me.
Yeah, for sure. Atomic Juice here. I do not see your username on Flock. So if you used a different code, we unfortunately cannot send you vouchers. So if you used Flock or Domain or whatever, we are unable to send you vouchers. Same goes for you, Joe. I cannot see your name on the back end there. So you do have to be on our code for us to send you vouchers on that. And Marvin, this is a good idea actually for a video. Dynasty cut list. For regular, 12-man start 9 kind of dynasty leagues, like who can you feel comfortable cutting bait with kind of thing.
Yeah.
Pretty good idea. This time of year, people are like, I have 9 rookie picks or something. I'm going to have to make some cuts at some point. I think this is a good time of year to maybe think about that. What's our code? Our code is FSE. Yes, that's correct.
Yep.
Moving on. Do we have anything else on this team before we go on?
I think we should be pretty good. Obviously, unfortunately, you lose Kittle there. Someone you just kind of got to hold.
I didn't get by until he's back.
Yeah, I mean, the issue that I'm more so having is he ever going to look like himself again?
Yeah, I mean, it wouldn't shock me if he doesn't.
Like this was an older tight end that was still relied upon having that big, explosive, athletic ability. It's like, he's had lower body injuries. He's had Achilles tendonitis in the past before. Obviously, just tore his Achilles. Like, it's going to be a long road to recovery, and that's the unfortunate thing. It's like, obviously, talent-wise, you can argue that he is the best pure talent at the tight end position that, even in an era with Travis Kelce, we've seen since Rob Gronkowski. I really do think from a pure player-for-player standpoint, you can argue Kittle was more dominant than Kelce. So, just the fact that he went out the way he did, like, it honestly, like, was one of the more disgusting things that I felt this offseason.
It was sad for sure. Definitely sad.
Like he's the epitome of football, man. You watch that guy, he's shaking his hair, he's fucking getting crazy. Like that guy's a pure psycho, and I love it.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. Okay, so let's move on. And again, if you guys a couple of you guys saying you switch codes or, whatever, use a different code. Really appreciate that. If you are already supporting somebody on the site and you're going to go ahead and support us as well, we really appreciate that. One quick thing I want to talk about is I did mention this at the beginning of the stream, and I do want to just quickly mention it again. I want to show you guys a little sneak peek of what our draft guide is going to look like. In case you're wondering, okay, what is, you talk about your draft guide, what does it look like? This is a little sneak peek of what it's going to look like on your end. So 2026 Dynasty Wall Street Journal. Of course, it's going to be, if you've had our draft guide before, essentially what we do is we go through, we rank all the top prospects, like you can see here with Fernando Mendoza, strengths, weaknesses. This year, we have the FSE model comps integrated right in there. So you get a floor, median, and ceiling based on the FSE model, their prospect tier, hit rates, etc. Then you also have like our grades on film, our player traits, accuracy, pressure, size, mobility, etc. And then like draft capital, projected NFL role, what we think their ceilings are, ceiling and floor are, the pro comparisons, the potential fits, etc. And then as you can see at the top there is also a prospect video that you can click into. And if I pull it up on this screen again, basically it'll take you to a separate tab. and you can watch the prospect video film breakdown that we did. And we've only got film breakdowns for now, but after the combine, we will be adding,
Like
combine reactions. After the draft, we will be adding like post-draft landing spot reactions. Now, I don't want to play this because I don't want to get screwed by YouTube for showing.
Don't want to get demonetized. Yeah,
but basically, what we would be doing here is breaking down the film. Like if you could see us talking about it and whatnot. I don't want to play the film parts of it because I don't want to get demonetized. But
yeah,
it is way more like, just from our perspective. If I was an audience member of ours, I would think how much more valuable this video draft guide, in addition to the player card stuff, is than it has been in years past. Because yes, the player cards and the grades and all that stuff is good, but you get to see and hear our actual thought process breaking down the film and how we got to those numbers, as opposed to last year we had them as write-ups. And I think most of you guys probably view us more for video content. So I think it made more sense to make them videos as opposed to written content.
Yeah, I'm not even like much of a written content guy in general. Like, yeah, I can write, but realistically, if I have the preference of being able to communicate it, I will always choose that every single time. I know a lot of people out there are the same way. It's like, hey, give me a attention to detail, full comprehensive 25 to 27 minute video that I can listen to, especially noting too. You can listen to while you're maybe doing something on the side. Maybe you have it playing out of your speaker. Maybe you're driving home. Like, there's just so many more ways that you can consume the content as opposed to, I'm not a big article reader guy in general anymore.
No, I'm not. And again, you guys watch us for videos, not for articles. You guys probably, like, I would say 70, 80% of people weren't reading the write-ups anyways. They were probably just looking at the grades, looking at the comps, etc., which is why we trimmed out that fat of the write-ups and made the videos. Unfortunately, this will mean that we won't have tail of the tape videos on the channel, but these are way better versions of the tail of the tape. Number one, because we can actually show film, and number two, because we're both in it and we're going back and forth on it. So anyways, Shady's got a big trade here, and
by the way,
Danny's firstborn son is in the trade, so we'll see what happens. Colston Loveland for an early to mid first, Kenneth Walker, Romo Dunze a third, and Theo Johnson. I mean, the Theo Johnson and the third don't really matter; they're not consequential. What are your thoughts on the rest of the deal?
So, spoiler alert, by the way, we are about to record the last few, and then I believe we'll be close to 25 total. And like Corey mentioned, going to be coming soon. So, if this was a 2 tight end start, 2 tight end premium, it would be the Loveland side. But assuming this is a single start tight end, this is a lot. And I'm the Loveland guy, even if, because you have him at 36. I have Loveland close to
showing at 40 something in my or 50 something in my rankings before.
Yeah, that was
here. 36 sounds more accurate to where he actually is. So I don't know why I'm showing him at 52 before.
So for reference, where I have everyone, I have Loveland as my 27th overall player. And honestly, actually, I'm going to move him up a little bit because I would take him in a startup tight end premium over Hurts. Call me a hater. I don't care. But at the same time, I have the 2027 early to mid one in my top 30 as well. So when you combine that early to mid 2027 one, which is a top 30 asset, Kenneth Walker, who's a fringe top 10, top 15 overall startup running back, and Roma Dunze, who I would view at this point as kind of being valued as a free flyer. I love Loveland, but I think this is a lot to be able to get from him.
Well, especially when you factor in that there is a range of outcomes which exists where Romo Dunze does lead this team in targets, does lead this team in yards, is the guy that you want to have. Now, I get they don't play the same position, and Loveland with 800 yards, 7 touchdowns would be probably as valuable as Odunze with 1,107 touchdowns. But yeah, you mean to tell me that I can get a guy who's still in the same offense, who still benefits from Ben Johnson, all that kind of stuff? I would definitely
free flyer in my opinion.
Because I think I call me crazy. I'm actually going to make this switch in my rankings right now. I would take Kenneth Walker straight up, gun to my head, over Trevian Henderson right now, because I think there's a better chance that Kenneth Walker is a starting running back producing RB1 production over the next 2 to 3 years than there is that Trevian Henderson is. And I like Henderson. I think he's got upside, honestly, all that kind of stuff.
Right.
But I think it would be malpractice to not put Breece Hall, Kenneth Walker, and Chase Brown over him, because those guys have real projectable workloads.
Yeah. You know what? And I'm at least going to move him down because I had him in a higher tier. I had him 8. But you're right. I mean, realistically, like, at least in the tier with, like, you know, them, Hall, McCaffrey, Saquon, guys like that, I got to move Walker up because I had him a little bit lower before the Charbonnet injury. But I'm going to have Walker. I'm going to move him RB13. Him versus Breece versus Chase versus McCaffrey versus
they're 9. Yeah, I mean, I have McCaffrey at 13, Henderson now at 12, Walker at 11, Breece at 10, and Chase Brown at 9.
So Isaac, I agree. The counterpoint though, when a bigger running back that wasn't thriving on athleticism shreds his knee, that late in the postseason, like at the very minimum, Walker's going to start the year so strong.
Yeah, no, for sure. I think there's a very good chance we're not looking at the same backfield split that we saw this year really ever again, especially if Walker does get the big contract as well. I think that would, put some faith in his ability to carry the offense. Not to mention the guy who was operating the offense is no longer there. And maybe that was his decision to take Kenneth Walker out. We don't really know, because prior to Clint Kubiak getting there, Kenneth Walker had always been the starter. And yes, Charbonnet would be somewhat annoying, but it wasn't nearly to the level that it was this year.
Yeah, are they promoting from within, or what's the latest on the Seahawks?
I think it's a vacancy officially. I don't know if they have any specific stuff at the moment saying who's going to be the offensive coordinator. Maybe people have insight on that. Issa in the chat here, who's a Seahawks fan.
Yeah, they're saying current staff member to fill the role is what the reports are saying. It's looking like potentially an internal promotion is what it's listed as. We'll see what they end up doing, but like it would make sense, especially if Kubiak brought that assistant there to begin with,
For sure, yeah. And K9 has struggled to handle a lot of touches. He made it through the season because of the split. I think that's a very reasonable argument for sure. But Kenneth Walker was RB11 in fantasy points per game last year. So he's been an RB1 before, and he's 25 years old, about to get a big contract. And I think that he was the type of player that needed a couple of years to learn how to play in the NFL, get better as a receiver, et cetera. And we're starting to see the best version of Kenneth Walker. And I do think we'll see that for the next 2 to 3 years. And I think that Kenneth Walker will be like a second round redraft pick in August. And if you're getting a second round redraft pick type of asset at 25 years old with a big contract, he's got to be a top 12 dynasty running back.
I mean, it's basically, you have Chase Brown still ranked higher because Chase Brown's like almost like the slightly better fantasy version of that, right?
Yeah, Chase has already handled the workload. Chase is in the better, well, not the better offense, but the more fantasy friendly role in his offense. He gets the better workload. He has more receiving touches, that kind of thing. And Chase Brown is still getting better and is, I think, a couple months older than Kenneth Walker, about the same age.
Where would have Walker have finished in fantasy had he gotten like 5 more inside the 5 touches?
Yeah, I mean, he would like, dude, if you combine the two of them, they were like 23 point per game running back.
Yeah.
So yeah, again, and yes, Atomic, that one worked. So I sent you a team review voucher there. I appreciate you for supporting us over there. But yeah, we can both agree that Shady's deal is not the Colston Loveland side. C. Lynott here, Rashee Rice and Kamani Vidal for Luther Burden and Blake Corum. Now, by my rankings, this is as dead even as it gets, pretty much.
I'm taking the Burden.
I have Rice slightly higher than Burden, but Corum is a little bit higher than Vidal.
Yeah, I've been the pro Rice guy, but I'm also the pro Burden guy. So now I'm in a little bit of a funk. But if I check my rankings, wide receiver, I have Burden at 45 and I have Rice at 58. So I am going to take the Burden plus side. And on top of that, Corum is a guy currently on the big board that is being selected as a top 100 pick. And I would not be shocked if we started to see not only a 50-50, but potentially a backfield lean towards Corum going forward.
I will push back on that narrative. I don't think that's happening.
It was basically 50-50 by the end of the year.
Corum is truly one of the best handcuffs in fantasy, but I do not see a world in which Kyren Williams and Corum are both healthy and Kyren is not the starter.
I mean, it was basically a 50-50 down the stretch last year.
Yeah, it wasn't a 50-50. It was a 60-40.
Okay.
I said, I think Corum will stay in that role and maybe be like the new David Montgomery as far as like what he can be, how many spike weeks he has how many spike weeks per year did David Montgomery have with a healthy Jahmyr Gibbs? Like 4, 5, maybe 6 spike weeks from like a best ball perspective. But I do think he's a better in best ball asset unless Kenneth Walker unless Kyren Williams goes down with an injury.
Yeah.
In a managed league, are you going to feel extremely comfortable starting Corum? I have my doubts about that.
I frankly think Corum's going to prove himself to be the better running back at some point next year.
Yeah. And yes, it is to some degree, Scribbles. Because, okay, here's the thing. Next year, could Rashee Rice be a, what is he, where is he going to go in redraft? Like 208, something like that?
Yeah, he's going to go high. The issue that I have, though, I also don't think it's out of the question that the Chiefs take a receiver at 9.
Exactly. There's that. There's the possibility of Tyreek Hill being cut from the Dolphins and coming back to Kansas City as well. And there's also Rashee Rice's long-term situation with Kansas City does not appear to me like he would be the type of receiver who would get a big-time contract extension. And if he's not with the Chiefs, I'm not saying he's a terrible player or a bum or anything like that. If he's not in that role on that offense with that team who has a quarterback coming off of an ACL tear this season, how much better is he really than like Jacoby Myers? Like as a player.
Very juju-y.
Yeah, he's a good good to great player. He is not an elite player. And Burden has the upside to be an elite player, which is why I would take the Burden side of this deal.
Yeah, no, obviously, like, even range of outcomes, like, yeah, Rice is proven. Like, if you want to take a more proven player, I understand it. It's just like, that's more so also just, I believe in Burden. Like, that's really what it comes down to, is DJ Moore is not on that Chicago Bears team. I mean, Burden is already a top 50 overall pick on the big board right now.
Yeah. And Rasheed, like, for what it's worth too, Rasheed is going to be 26 years old without long-term contract stability, with his third legal situation where it sounds like pre-draft people had some issues with him. Like, I don't anticipate a world in which Rasheed Rice gets a $35 million a year contract from Kansas City. Like, I think that is completely outside the range of outcomes. I think that what you're getting with Rasheed Rice is one more year of really great production, and then he's probably a wide receiver 2 in whatever landing spot he goes to after that. And that is, again, assuming that some team wants to pay him a lot of money, which might not be the smartest decision given the legal stuff. So yes, it's the legal stuff, but it's also the fact that his best fit, his best landing spot is to be with Kansas City, and Luther Burden is 4.5 years younger than him as well.
Yeah, exactly. Like, real talk. I know it's crazy to say given the production that we saw, but I feel way more comfortable saying that Burden can be a top 15, 18 startup pick this time next year than I do Rasheed Rice.
Yeah. Yeah. Sorry. He's 3.5 years younger, not 4.5. I counted one more extra year, but yeah, I'll take the Burden side of that deal. It's tough to move off of Marvin Harrison, but I want to diversify. So, I mean, if you have Harrison in a lot of leagues, I think this is the type of deal where I would probably feel comfortable taking it. Now, what's Bigsby really worth? Like an early to mid third at best. I think if you look at Bigsby as one of the better handcuffs in fantasy, because I think that's probably what I would view him as, from like a redraft perspective next year, and the fact that, hey, maybe he gets an interesting second contract with a new team after the 2026 season when he is a free agent. I would say that you probably don't value him as much more than like the 303 right now or something like that. But Olave, I think I'd probably pay the 110 on top of Harrison to get the guaranteed producer that is Olave. Like, I know Olave's got concussion risk.
Can Olave have 1,400 yards with Tyler Shuck? Because I think he can.
Yeah, I think he can too. And could this trade age very poorly for you, where Olave by week 4 is more valuable, or Harrison, sorry, by week 4 is more valuable than Olave? Yeah, it absolutely could age very poorly for you, but it could age very poorly for him as well. If when he takes, a wide receiver 2 or 3 upside tier prospect at the 2026 110, and he has Marvin Harrison, who maybe never lives up to the expectations that people have for him, and you just got Chris Olave, who produces wide receiver 9, wide receiver 14, wide receiver 17 the next 3 years.
Yeah, no, I think Olave, it's kind of funny because
it's conservative. I would say it's a conservative trade. Like, the upside is definitely on the deal, on the side of the deal that you're giving up. But if you want to diversify, which is what you left in this question, which makes me think you have a lot of Marvin Harrison in your portfolio, then I would probably roll with the Olave side.
Joe, you took that guy behind the woodshed and you gave him free shots.
Yeah, that is pretty crazy.
Like, you tiered up your pick and you got the better dynasty wide receiver.
Yeah, I have Flowers.
I also do.
I have Flowers.
I'm the Flowers hater.
I am the Flowers truther.
Real talk though,
Harrison at wide receiver.
The fact that his price hasn't gone up in the big board, I've been taking a lot of Flowers because he's still going in like the late 40s, bro.
Brother, we get a good Lamar season for Flowers, and he's dropping 16, 17 points per game.
Well, I mean, likely he's going to be gone. Like, we'll see if they add a receiver in the draft, but if they don't draft,
even if they do, like, what is Denzel Boston really going to hurt his value?
Well, the concern would be like, oh, the NFL overthinks Mekhi Lemon and Mekhi Lemon falls.
Okay, yeah, that would be that's a different story. Baltimore is picking right in the range where Mekhi Lemon could go.
I've seen him mocked there a couple times,
but wouldn't that mean that there's maybe more volume to go around if they take another first-round receiver?
Well, yeah, I think that would make a ton of sense. Omar Cooper is literally unlisted in ADP.
What?
He's like a last-round pick.
Oh,
I know.
God.
Dude, I'm telling you. So Mendoza's like, because I told you, the quarterbacks right now, there's like 15 quarterbacks going in like the top 100 picks. It's insane. Mendoza goes a little after that. He's like the 12th, 13th round. If you drafted Bowers in the second, you could just make such a cheap, effective fucking Raider stack right now. It's insane. Because Omar Cooper, like I said, is listed in the 200s.
Well, when I'm going to Vancouver for my brother's bachelor party in March. Hopefully he stays that cheap, and I have a feeling he won't because he'll probably test very well.
I'm hoping that I can get to all those late round picks before his price raises.
For sure,
so I can take him. He might be the Travis Hunter for that.
this time of year is some of the more profitable time to be doing drafts because, Best Ball Mania, like the amount of coverage it gets, the amount of streaming people out there are, the ADP is quite efficient. I think there's some major inefficiencies with big board ADP. When I look back at like me getting Colston Loveland at like pick 191 on my big board team that advanced to the semifinals or whatever, and getting Harold Fannin at pick 230 or something, I'm like, that shouldn't have happened even at the time. Like people knew that Loveland and Fannin were two of the top 3 prospects at the tight end position. How are they going that late in drafts?
No, exactly. Like some of the stuff I'm seeing, like full transparency. So Omar Cooper, 211.9 ADP right now.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. Let's do Terp's trade question here before we get into these team reviews. And again, if anybody wants, we got a decent amount of likes. Let me check the like number here on this stream here. We got 30 likes. Let's see if we can get, there's 72 of you guys watching right now. Let's see if we can get this to 40 likes and we'll give away 3 more trade questions to other people and maybe another team review if you ask nicely. RJ Harvey and CeeDee Lamb for Genty and Chase Brown. Danny, which side do you like here?
RJ and Lamb for Genty and Brown.
I want Genty and Brown. I don't even think it's close. As much as Lamb is great, obviously. I just think him and Genty are not that far apart in value.
Yeah, I mean, so the difference between 36 spots between 52 and 88 versus 8 in the second round. Yeah, it's probably Genty and Brown, but like I think this is probably a pretty fair deal.
If I made this deal and I bought
the upside,
Lamb
especially production wise, on the right.
Trying to trade Harvey as soon as I make this deal. You know what I mean? Like if you could tell me I for sure could trade Harvey for like top 70.
Harvey's the issue here.
Yeah, if I could trade him for top 70 dynasty asset value, then maybe you go with the CeeDee Lamb side if you need wide receivers. But I see 2 running backs who are going to be top 8 running backs in redraft ADP next year, who are going to be 2 to 3 year, 4 or 5 year for Genty projectable volume guys.
If this was Genty and Chase Brown for CeeDee in a late first this year, like that would be like I personally would take the late first right now over RJ Harvey.
Yeah. I don't think Lamb is more liquid than Genty, to be honest. I think they're about the same level of liquidity.
I think Lamb's more liquid, but I also understand the fact that with Clint Kubiak there, like Genty's going to be a top 12 to 15 redraft pick.
I think in sharp leagues, Genty is more liquid because every team could use Genty, whereas only the contenders can use Lamb. And I think in most sharp leagues, people expect Genty to rebound, whereas in casual leagues, I could see people saying, hey, I know Lamb's a great player. I don't know Genty's a great player.
No, I do think Lamb is more liquid than Genty overall, but the difference between Brown and Harvey is bigger.
Yes. Yeah, definitely.
So I'll take the Genty and Brown side, and I am as high of a Lamb guy as you'll get.
I might need to move Genty up my rankings based on how I'm just talking about him compared to the because I think he should belong within the territory of some of those wide receivers. I think stylistically, I've considered moving him above H-end around wide receivers, but stylistically, I think this season there is a very clear hierarchy of elite running backs versus the wide receiver position is much deeper, especially given the draft class we're about to get at wide receiver. I
just moved him above HN in my dynasty rankings.
Yeah. Like I'm sitting here going gun to my head. I'm on the clock. I know, like let's say I'm in a sharp room, understands what they're doing or whatever. Who do I want to take at the 203 or 202 or whatever these guys would be going? I think I would take Genty. Because I think he's a bigger advantage over Lamb. Because I think he's a bigger advantage to my build. He maintains my flexibility a little bit better, and he's such a high-end running back that I can build either contend or rebuild around him. Whereas the second I take Lamb, I'm kind of pigeonholed a little bit more so into contending.
I can't do that, but I also have Genty ranked at 17 and Lamb at 11.
So yeah, and it was more of I have Genty ranked too low as opposed to Lamb ranked too high. I have them now at 13 and 14 respectively with... Like, Lamb, and again, same goes for like Jeremiah too. Like, I think Jeremiah is right in that conversation.
Lamb at 14?
Yeah.
Oh man.
It's more so, like among
he could very well have better. He could very well have a better year than Puka, JSN, or Chase, and that's a full.
I don't think it's possible for him to do that with Pickens there. I think that his ceiling of 2023 that we saw where he was like clearly the best receiver in fantasy, I don't think that exists with Pickens there anymore.
I frankly disagree. He was the one from a volume perspective. He just got unlucky in terms of touchdowns. Like he dropped 4 or 5 in the end zone. Like I don't think his ceiling is any different right now, especially when you know Dak's going to be playing at the level he is.
Yeah,
I frankly too. The market has him at 6-7 overall too, so the market agrees with me there.
Yeah, of course. I mean, the market on our site has him 11th overall, according to
Yeah.
what I'm seeing here.
I have him at 11. So like, it's not even like I'm being outrageous.
I personally, I just think that if you think Genty is going to bounce back, then Genty should be ranked higher. If you're like, I don't know for sure, I'm like a little hesitant on the talent of Genty, then yes, take Lamb ahead of him. I feel very, very confident that he's going to have a much better
I do think Genty's going to bounce back, but also me thinking he's going to bounce back doesn't automatically think he can put him, or doesn't automatically make me put him over a guy I think can be the wide receiver 1 next year.
Right.
Like,
okay.
That's the difference, I guess, between us.
First of all, I don't think that. I don't think he can be the wide receiver 1. But let's say,
I think he can.
Lamb finishes top 5.
He can give you 1,700 yards and 10 touchdowns very easily.
I don't think he can with Pickens there anymore.
I very easily think he can. He was
Let's
averaging 100 yards per game when he was healthy last year.
Okay, who's a receiver that you think can get 1,510 touchdowns next year? Drake London?
I mean, outside of those 4 guys with Lamb, JSN, Chase, and Puka, like, I think that would be wishful thinking for anybody else. I really do.
Okay. But
how is it Cowboys
how you think of
homerism? The
London
guy's
is
done it
how I
before.
think of Lamb, where it's like his ceiling is probably more
Yeah.
1,510 as opposed to
I just
1,714 or whatever he had in 2023.
Yeah, he had nearly 1,812 in 2023.
I just don't think he can do that again with Pickens there.
I agree to disagree.
Pickens
then.
is too good for him to do that, in my opinion.
He was at over 95 yards per game when he was healthy this year. I mean, I'll take it.
Pickens is going to.
So what's too far gone? He's done it before. He's clearly being valued that way on the best.
But the circumstances where he did it are different, Danny.
Sure. But again, the market agrees with me. So why am I a homer for going with that too?
The market agrees.
The market has him at
value,
6 overall.
I don't think the market would agree with you that he has a wide receiver 1 overall ceiling still.
Well, he wouldn't be going 6 overall if that wasn't in the range of outcomes.
He's not going 6 overall, though. I don't know where you're seeing
He
that.
is. What are you talking about? On the big board, he absolutely is going
on the big board,
overall.
on redraft. Yeah. Sorry. I thought you were talking about in Dynasty ADP.
Sorry, I said 6-7. Yeah, like, again, you guys are fucking ridiculous. Dude, you can, that's fine. That's fine. You said your piece and then you got a little personal, but that's fine. How is it homering for preferring a guy that's literally top 7 in ADP right now? Like, explain that to me.
You can prefer him. I don't think it's homering to prefer him over Genty. I just think to say that he still has wide receiver 1 overall upside.
I disagree. Chase was the wide receiver 1 overall with T Higgins being top 5 in points per game. Like, why can't he do that?
Better than Lamb.
I mean, he's better, but they're both top 3 to 5 guys.
Maybe Higgins and Pickens are pretty close for sure.
No, Tom, I appreciate that. I don't understand why everybody's all poo-pooing on CeeDee Lamb now. Like, he's very clearly a top.
We're not poo-pooing on CeeDee Lamb. We're saying that his wide receiver 1 overall upside is a little much.
But a top 3 to 5 NFL wide receiver talent and a pass-happy offense that's been top 5 in passing anytime Dak's been healthy. Yeah, I think he absolutely could be the wide receiver 1.
Dill, I share the same sentiment.
Yeah.
It's
again, Jamar Chase did it in 2024.
Exist with Pickens there. That's just my opinion.
Chase did it in 2024, and Lamb was clearly the dominant target player on that offense last year. Pickens was awesome in his own right. Hey, guess what? It's a concentrated offense. Both can eat.
Yeah, for sure. Anyways, let's get back to the question.
It's a conversation, though. I understand.
Conversation.
And again, I'm not saying I'm going to rank him above Puka, JSN, or Chase. Just like I think the sentiment of thinking he can't clearly be the wide receiver 1 to me is. I don't know. Like, I don't know why people think differently of CeeDee Lamb now.
Well, most people in this chat do think differently of that.
Well, I mean, we've had it about 50-50.
No one said, yeah, he can finish wide receiver 1 overall.
I mean, Tom and Scribbles are agreeing. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Anyways, let's keep going.
Yeah. I mean, again, it's a conversation that needs to be had. And I do think the market. It's like, for reference in terms of wide receiver rankings, NFL, JSN is at 5.2. Sorry, Lamb is at 8, but he's in a tier with 2 other people at 6, 7, 8. JSN's at 5. Chase is at 3.7. Puka's at 2.6. Amon-Ra would be next
here, though. Like, we're not talking redraft here.
No, I know. Amon-Ra would be next too. Amon-Ra, I don't have too far behind. I think I have him at 13 or 14. I just think, again, like, yeah, it's 26, 27 years old. Like, they're older players relative to what they were on the market a few years ago. But trusting a guy that can give you 1,500 plus yards, 10 plus touchdowns each and every year, I don't think should be overstated.
Yeah.
Again, like, I agree, it's less likely with Pickens there, but I don't think the sentiment is he can't be wide receiver 1. It's like, yeah, like, it's more likely he could be the wide receiver one if Pickens wasn't there. I'll agree with that. I just don't think saying that he can't be wide receiver one is accurate.
That's funny.
We're not even accurate on it or arguing, honestly. Like I'm pretty calm right now.
Yeah. No, it's an interesting discussion. I personally think that 10 years down the road, we'll look back, 2023 will have been the best season of CeeDee Lamb's career.
It very well could be. Doesn't mean he can't still be the wide receiver one this year, because the year that he had in 2023 was better than Chase's in 2024. And I don't think anybody would be shocked to say 2024 Chase would be his peak either.
Well, if you recall, Higgins missed 5 games that year.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'd be curious to know what Chase's points per game output were when Higgins was on the field and when he wasn't.
I think I did that in the contextualized game logs. It was about even.
Anyways, let's just keep going.
Yeah, no, it's a good conversation.
Okay. Rebuild Me Up Buttercup. Great name there. Doesn't have any specific questions here, so we'll just kind of go through it. The team is looking pretty fierce. I can't lie. You got a bunch of young running backs. Obviously, we've expressed some concern with some of them on this stream today between Henderson and Harvey. We've talked about some of the possible downside risk of some of those players, but the wide receiver core is an absolute wagon. I think anytime you can have, like, to me, on a competitive team like this, Travis Hunter is like the perfect wide receiver 4 or 5, because you and I both believe in the ability to be like a super high upside guy, but I wouldn't want him wide receiver 2 or 3 either. You know what I mean?
I found this interesting. Guess where his ADP is on the big board right now?
Where?
140. I am going to take so much of him at that
yeah,
cost.
that's pretty high. I didn't realize he'd be that low. I thought he'd be more like 8th round or something.
Well, because Parker Washington is going in the 60s and 70s right now. And I'm like,
that is the most brain damaged ADP I've ever heard.
And I'm thinking in my head, I'm like, we've already got confirmation from Lawrence and Cone. Like, yeah, sure. Is it a little bit more unclear of a situation right now in offense? They both kind of address that. Like, yeah, we're going to be using Travis Hunter both ways. But they have never once diminished his value on offense this all offseason.
No, Parker Washington in the 60s is so
insane.
bad. That is so bad. That is horrific ADP.
Yeah, let me see where
Parker
it is
Washington's
exactly.
A fine player, but like, did we not learn our lesson from like Darnell Mooney last year, where people were taking him in like the 70s and 80s?
72.1 ADP. Sorry, correction for Parker Washington. It's even higher than Jacoby Myers, who I would take Jacoby Myers over.
Yeah, like what the hell are we talking about, dude? Like, Parker, you can have a nice little stretch at the end of the season and be a relevant, you know. I would have expected his ADP to be like 94 or something like that.
Like it may be one thing if I said, yeah, like based off how we finished the year and I'm a little bit more worried about the defensive usage, like I would prefer Parker to Travis. Like, okay, if that was your sentiment, so be it.
I don't care.
I wouldn't. So I would not, but I'm just saying if somebody was of that mindset, I would at least give them a pass. A 70 pick discrepancy, you're that certain?
Nobody with 2 eyeballs that are working can tell me that Parker Washington's better than Travis Hunter at football. Like again, we're not talking about a 3rd round pick here. We're talking about a 7th round pick. So would you swing for upside in the 7th round? I think all of us would say in redraft, we would swing for upside, especially in a huge tournament like the big board. So why the hell would you take Parker Washington there instead of Travis Hunter? But we'll take the discounts.
For reference, the guys he's directly behind, Travis Hunter, Kayshon Boutte, Rashid Shaheed, Romeo Doubs.
I mean, I actually like Shaheed and Dobbs at that price tag too. But
Deebo Samuel
be higher than those guys for sure.
Jaden Higgins, Matthew Golden.
I don't mind Higgins at that price either.
Wandale's 30 picks ahead of him. He's not even going to be a Giant next year.
He might. We don't know.
I mean, with Harbaugh,
again, we can both recognize that Hunter has more risk to play defense than we had before, but also then recognize that anybody with 2 eyeballs will see that he's the best receiver, or at least the 2nd best receiver on the team come training camp. You think Liam Cohen's going to go out there and go, yeah, I realize you're absolutely filleting our entire secondary right now, but Parker Washington needs his reps.
Dude, freaking Trevor Lawrence literally said too, he's like, yeah, we want him on the field. I selfishly want him to play offense, is basically what he said in the quote. Because by the way, shout out Matt Harmon. He was there asking a bunch of questions with all the NFL players. I'm not sure if you saw that. Yeah, he basically asked about the role of Hunter in his 2nd year, and they're like, our plan hasn't changed. Like, we want to use this guy both on offense and defense. And Liam was like basically saying, he's like, I've never once seen that guy get tired. And it might be the craziest phenomenon I've ever seen. This guy can be playing all snaps.
No one talks about. Why can't he do both like he did his entire college career?
Well, exactly. It's like the guy's playing all snaps of all games. And Liam Cohen basically said, I have never once seen him break a sweat in a game.
I know. And it's not like he had like a hamstring injury that flared up and it was a nagging thing the whole time. He suffered like a freakish knee injury in practice.
Well,
Like
that's the thing.
the
People are
most
like, "Oh,
annoying
see,
part about the injury he suffered is that now people are going to say it's because he was trying to play both sides of the ball.
I told you he couldn't hold up. He didn't even last till week 10. It's like he suffered a freak injury in fucking practice. If that's really what you want, then so be it. The reason why that happened to begin with is because I rostered him in the flock league. I mean, it's evidenced by the fact that as soon as I got rid of Kenneth Walker, he's a Super Bowl MVP.
Yeah, he was pretty decent for me down the stretch there. I can't lie. Anyways, moving to this team that we have here, I don't see any glaring weaknesses. The obvious thing, in my opinion, is okay. 102. That's a super high end pick, but I want Jeremiah Love on this team based on the rest of the build. Like, take 102. Would you give up 102 and 102? Let's see who has the 101.
102 and Harvey for fucking Love. I'll do that every single time.
All day. I was going to see who exactly has the 101 because I'm curious. Okay, so this guy is the 101. He's definitely in kind of limbo right now. Like he has Barkley and like Walker and some of these like aging guys. I would imagine this guy assumes he can compete, and I would say maybe he can. So this guy might be hesitant to give up Jeremiah.
Offer 102 and Harvey. See if you can do
Harvey. He might go, I got a running back, and I also get Mekhi Lemon, and I could maybe use some, or Carnell Tate or maybe Mendoza or whoever he would prefer at 102. I would float that offer out there, but I think it's very possible that this guy goes, I'm not trading off of Jeremiah Love because he thinks his team would compete.
Yeah, I pretty much agree with you there. Obviously, the team that you have, I mean, the fact that you have 102 and 107, along with as much depth as you have specifically, very, very encouraging. You have your wide receivers basically sorted for the long term, especially if some of the upside plays really work out. The fact that you have Chase, London, Olave, Waddle as like your secure guys, with Burden and Hunter being your complete upside shots, man, I love the way that wide receiver core is filled out. I didn't catch who he had at tight end. He had Gatson and Ferguson, perfectly fine duo. Gatson
even too.
Kelsey, I believe there's a report he might try to come back for one more year. So we'll see what happens there. Barner, of course, big athlete, plays on the line of scrimmage too. We really saw what he was able to do after the catch. I was always a fan of him coming out of Michigan. I questioned like what's his overall top end ceiling as a receiver, but I think he really truly broke out this year. So I'm curious to see how.
It was always Barner first touchdown in the Super Bowl, dude. It was always.
I should have bet it, man. I should have bet it.
So I had, because if you recall, like 3 years ago, the huge parlay that I hit for like $3,500 was Jalen Hurts first touchdown, Kadarius Toney anytime touchdown, and then Jalen Hurts 250 plus passing yards in that game. I structured a parlay this year on one first touchdown score for the Patriots, and I picked Drake May, and one first touchdown score on the Seahawks, and I picked Rashid Shaheed, unfortunately. But I was like, do I go Barner, Kupp, or Shaheed? I wanted to go with a secondary pass catcher of the Seahawks. I just didn't know which one to go with. And I was like, I could see Shaheed getting behind the defense early. And he did, actually. He just,
Gonzo. Gonzo made the play, no?
Right, yes. Gonzalez made the play on him. Yeah, that's what it was.
So I put $10 on New England Patriots defense first touchdown. And I'm not sure if you remember in the first drive or the second drive of the Seahawks, they literally almost jumped the pass and picked it off.
Yeah,
I mean, it was
almost scored a 75-yard touchdown on the first drive as well on the overthrow that Darnold had. But one thing I would say really quick before we move on to the next team.
By the way, too, I mentioned this. This was I was alluding to. Gadsden currently top 180p, and honestly, with fucking Mike McDaniel there, and you talked about the upside with Fannin, and obviously I talked about it with Loveland, but like Gadsden's got a shit ton of upside himself. Keenan Allen probably gone too. Those little middle of the field, valuable chunk targets, layup targets in the offense. And I mean, Mike McDaniel turns tight ends to gold. So
I wouldn't count on Keenan Allen being gone. That would be my one pushback.
But even if he is back, though, I think his role's diminished. I don't think because Mike McDaniel relies upon his tight ends more so in the middle of the field than he does wide receivers.
But I could see Keenan being a pest for sure for McConkey I might be stunned, but the guy that I'm going to have the most shares of is Quentin Johnston for sure.
Oh yeah,
Jay is the biggest beneficiary of the.
What do you think his ADP is? Let me ask you. I can tell you because I have it, but I'm curious what your guess is. Oh, okay. So you're going to have even more than you expected because it's at 87.
Yeah, no, that's like where Keon Coleman was going last year, give or take.
Yeah. So for reference, the range right now, QJ's
going there, I think, last year.
QJ's going after Diggs. I don't know if I can do that. I'm scared Diggs, a receiver is going to get added, and B, his body might frankly break down. Alec Pierce, again, tentative. We'll see where he ends up going. If he's back on the Colts, if he goes somewhere nice in free agency. I've been taking a good amount of stabs with him. The one that I've been grabbing a ton of shares, though, is Ricky Pearsall at 77 because his price didn't even go up. And I would argue the overall situation there, who's going to get targets on the 49ers?
I feel better about Pearsall's ability as well than I did last year.
Yeah.
Not by like a ton, because I still think there's some stuff to be proven there. But I would argue that Pearsall, before he got hurt, was starting to prove that like he was going to end up being a value where he went. Like I think a lot of people, like Sammy or some of the people that took him in like the 6th round or 7th round,
process was there.
After week 3 or so, they were probably like, I feel pretty good about this pick.
Bro, they let's just say they add like more of like a big bodied Jawan Jennings replacement, or they bring Jawan Jennings back. Let's just say hypothetically. Like Pearsall, it would be one wide receiver addition or Jennings, plus Jake Tungus and Christian McCaffrey to compete for targets with.
Yeah, I mean, they could easily bring Jennings back and also draft Omar Cooper, Denzel Boston. Or
that would be the bad scenario, but even still, Kittle's not in the equation.
Yeah, that's fair. Or at least, I mean, we don't know for sure on Kittle. He could come back and he could be a freak show and just, be back for week 1 or whatever. But yeah, nothing else I really have to add about this team, aside from the fact that I would go big game hunting at running back was the only other thing I was going to say. Take Bucky plus the 107, go big game hunting at running back. Take Trevian plus the 102, go big game hunting at running back. I would go after Bijan. I would go after Gibbs. I would go after the 101, as we already talked about. I would go after Genty. I like, this is the type of team where, yes, you have a lot of great players, but I'm consolidating specifically at running back because I think there's a lot of risk underlying with the running backs that you do have. It's possible Bucky has somebody significant added like Algier. It's possible Henderson doesn't escape the claws of Ramondre Stevenson anytime soon. It's possible Judkins is slow coming back from the injury, and it's possible Harvey has somebody added from the free agency cycle as well. So that would be my only thing, is consolidate at running back. At least try and secure one hammer if you can, whether it's Love, whether it's Bijan, Gibbs, Genty, whoever.
So this is the other part too, because I guess we didn't really address it. The market is basically treating the Jaguars like Travis Etienne's not going to be back. Like currently on the big board.
Are they?
Tootin's going in the top 75.
Oh, that is a horrendous pick. That is a horrendous pick. I think it's...
I've taken one or two shares simply because of the implied upside.
We've heard that.
Huh?
We've heard ETN might not be back. So I don't think that it's outrageous to assume that he might not be back.
Well, that's why I have to take a few stabs at that range.
You know what I mean?
But so let me say too, like that's why I've taken a couple shares on that at that range. Like I would agree, like if he's back, it's obviously a horrible fucking pick. But also, if it's like they did draft Tootin with the new ownership, or not ownership, with the new GM, with the new coach. The plan was always going to be a year 2 play. If they were to lose ETN, like they might just think, hey, we got Tootin as our between the tackles guy. We got LaQuinn Allen on 3rd down. Maybe we add another, Tootin backup to the situation. Like I can see that being the case, but I would agree with you. Like all things considered, like it is a stingy price, but with that being said, if Tootin is going to be the back going forward, like where would he go? 5th round, 4th round?
Yeah, he would go really high. It's a ton of confidence. And if you're a competitive team that nearly made a run last year and you roll with Byshell Tootin as your starting running back with no real major backup plan, I would say that they must feel exceptionally good about Byshell Tootin at that point. And I'd be buying him high at that point. That's how they treated the situation. But I don't think they feel that way about Byshell Tootin currently. So that's why I'm saying, like, I think if they let ETN walk, they could bring in an Algier. They could bring in a Javonte Williams. They could bring in a Rico Dowdle. They could, like, or they could even go, hey, we're a competitive team. We got money to spend. We're going to go get Breece Hall or Kenneth Walker or something like that.
Yeah. No, we'll see what ends up happening. But
oh, God, if they had Breece Hall, I would literally jizz my pants, dude. I think Breece Hall would be a fucking top 5 running back in redraft if that happened.
Hey, Pixar, it didn't happen.
If ETN walks and Breece Hall gets a 3x45 for the Jacksonville Jaguars, where does Breece Hall go in redraft?
Top 15.
I would take him in the top 8.
I think you could argue him over like the Jonathan Taylor, Devon Achane range.
I would take him over Jonathan Taylor any day of the week.
Yeah.
He has 100 target upside for a player we've already taken in the top 5 before, and we know he has the talent to do that.
Yeah, but I mean, Breece Hall, 3-down skill set, very, very high end offense, very strong offensive line.
Please, for the love of God, let's get Breece Hall out of the fucking Jets. Please, get him out.
Yeah, for those of you that heard me, you can appreciate that.
There's a lot of great spots. This is why I know Breece Hall's going to a great spot, is I can name 7 teams that are a great fit for him right now. And I know he's getting a bag because of it.
Well, yeah, I mentioned it to you, but like realistically, if the cost difference between going out for a big fish or signing Javonte Williams is 3x9 for Javonte or 3x14 for Breece Hall, just pay the extra few $1 million, man. Go get the game changer. Like if you're Dallas, realistically, because like the biggest misconception is, and if you guys, by the way, I'm not sure if you tried the new tool that got tweeted out. That got tweeted out. It was the like the Be a GM tool where you can kind of like take over your. So all you have to do, because people are like, oh, the Cowboys have no cap space, 30 million over the cap. You just go and use that tool. You restructure all the big contracts that the Cowboys have, like Dak, like fucking Tyler Smith, like CeeDee Lamb, Osa, like all those guys, the ones that are going to be on your team for the next 5, 6+ years. What happens, Corey? You open up cap. You know how much cap the Cowboys can freaking open up? $60 to $70 million.
Yeah. No, they can open up a lot of cap there. I like I said, there's so many fits all over the NFL for Brees, whether it's Kansas where he played high school, Titans where Robert Saleh is, Cardinals where Mike LaFleur is. Like he's got a lot of connections around the league. And I do think that there's going to be a huge, like teams are going to stack up. They're going, okay, we need a running back. Who are the best available options? Okay, Jeremiah Love is probably the ideal option because he's younger and he doesn't have a lot of tread on the tires relative to Brees Hall. But I think that Brees Hall will be number 2 on everybody's list, unless it's Kenneth Walker. That would be my only other thing. But like, yes, he's going to get it back. Anyways, let's move into ambiguities thing here. And then we'll get to you, Atomic. Sorry, we'll stop yapping.
Yep.
I'm assuming ambiguity here. 1 second. I'm getting a phone call.
Yeah, Banza Mecca Dance. Can you click into his team for me and I can talk some? I can talk some if you click. Okay, so we see the team right now. A wide receiver, you have Malik Neighbors, Tedero McMillan, and Mike Ikbuka. Very strong value core, I would say, at wide receiver. Running backs, I mean, you got both youth and production at the top there. Genty, Hampton, Henderson as more of like an upside piece. I mean, that's a really well-constructed core. Quarterback 2 is going to be your issue. It is a 2-quarterback start.
Don't forget about quarterback 3 because he can't play. JJ's so cooked, man. I would try and get off that asset. It's just so impossible to do it because there's nobody who likes him.
He says the league is locked until March. We have a blackout period to prevent burnout. I'm considering seeing if I would send the 101 to 103 and then use my 104 to go to 102 and grab Love. I think the league favors quarterbacks, but honestly, this is the first year of the team destroyed by injuries. He wants to compete. Okay, so you would move to the 101 to the 103 just to move up from the 104 to the 102. Like, what's the point of that?
Yeah, I don't think there's a point of that. I would rather just, if I were in your position, to be honest with you, and we already kind of talked about this a little bit, I would go 101, Jeremiah Love, 104, presumably.
Hopefully Mendoza.
I mean, hopefully Mendoza, but if you can't get Mendoza, you could always trade that asset for a quarterback.
Do you trade? Question: Can you trade T-Mac for a quarterback then and use the 104 on Tate or Lemon if Mendoza goes before your pick?
Yeah, that's a good point. You could definitely do that. You could also like take Trevian and go after a quarterback as well, based on the fact that you'll have Jeremiah, Genty, and Hampton as your top 3 running backs.
Also got 2 1s in 2027 from LeBron James and Tony Stank. We'll see where their picks kind of look. If you go down, LeBron James and Tony Stank.
LeBron James.
Okay, so they got pretty good teams. Yeah,
a high pick or a low pick. Sorry, and
probably going to be mid to late ones.
Yeah, they're going to be mid to late ones, but they're nice picks to have still because the class should be pretty deep. I would imagine you're going to get some like RB1 upside prospect, wide receiver 1 upside prospect type of prospect to your guys at those late picks, given the class strength.
Did he get the 104 after going 8-6? Am I reading that right?
I guess, yeah. 10-4, 12-2, 12-2, 8-6, 8-6, 10-4. Yeah, you didn't make the playoffs. And
you got the 104 after going 8-6.
1, 2, 3, 4. No, that's not possible. He had the 5th best record.
Maybe there was like a lottery for like non-playoff teams.
Maybe there was a lottery for non-playoff teams. But yeah, I think that making the 102 to 103 grab just doesn't make any sense because I think if you're like, okay, I need Fernando at 104 and you don't get Fernando, like Danny said, you could always maneuver McMillan for a quarterback or some other asset, like I said, with Henderson for a quarterback, or trade 104 for a quarterback. Like what tier of, like if you were in his situation, Mendoza, you're deciding between Mekhi Lemon, let's say, or Carnell Tate, and trading that pick away for Trevor Lawrence.
Purdy. Yeah. I mean, if you can get the Lawrence, Herbert, or Hurts, I definitely would. I would even be willing to like Purdy, Dart. Like probably like my threshold, the absolute minimum would be Knicks. And even that, I'm like, I would prefer the 104 to Knicks, especially knowing that like he fractured his ankle at the end of at the last game. I guess it's a little bit concerning too. Like if
Yeah.
he starts slow. But like, back end of the top 12 type of range. If you can get even higher than that, you can go to the mid range of the quarterback run rankings. I would do it in a heartbeat. Like, honestly though, like I'm looking at the overall average in terms of sight. Trevor Lawrence is listed at 33.57, and I have him as my quarterback 8 in Dynasty. So I don't think it's far-fetched to say the 104 could probably get you about Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And like worst case scenario, you're talking Dart and Bo Nix and those guys. And if you can get a small plus on top of them, I would definitely do that.
No, I think that makes sense. He also says max points for I outcoach people. I had the 4th lowest max points. Oh, you were cooking. Okay, so he got to 8 and 6 despite having the 4th lowest max points for.
That makes sense.
Right. That's tippy.
So that means he had, what was he here?
14. You got the most out of your lads.
Yeah, this 2 and 12 team. Sorry, no. This these guys still have, I guess it's max points for, not total points for. Yeah, it's max points for. That's not showing there. Okay, anyways, either way.
He was efficient.
A couple people have suggested in the chat too, like, oh, would you trade down from 101 to get Mendoza plus? Hell no, dude. Jeremiah's. I'm going to be like, just blanket statement. I'm going to be way more likely to go up to 101 from 102 and 105 area than I am going to be trading back from 101, just based on what I think of Jeremiah Love, the player.
Wait, this is what you got for the 101? You gave up Scat plus the 103 to get, yeah, give me 101 every time.
What? Yeah, that's a great move. I mean, Scat's a fine piece, but yeah, that's a great move.
Yeah, all day.
All day. Yeah, I mean,
I want 101 there.
Yeah, it's very clear what your weakness is. It's quarterback 2. If you believe in McCarthy, then it's not quarterback 3. I don't. So I would say quarterback 3 is a weakness for you.
Well, at least in this window, you can just say, hey, I'm cool with running McCarthy as my 3 for this year. And worst case scenario, you have 2 1s next year and a 3 next year. Again, if you are able to get a quarterback this year, I would be willing to go up and get it. Like you said, like a Trevor Lawrence, maybe it costs you to get up to Mendoza. That's fine. Like, quarterback 3 is the least of my worries in the short term. Let's just be perfectly clear.
Can I posture a trade here just because I want to talk about this player?
You want Willis?
Yeah. Would you give this guy his own 1 back for Malik Willis plus something small?
Depends what that something small is. Can you give him, I mean, Benson? It's going to be a late 1. Can you give him his late 1 for Willis plus that 2 maybe? Because he's maybe he's willing to give it.
Does Benson intrigue you at all? Does DJ Moore, Parker Washington intrigue you at all?
Yeah, I think I would prefer getting the 2 just from your spot.
27-1. I don't really want to trade a 27-1 period right now. Fair. If someone said I would pay a 1st round pick for Malik Willis, I'm assuming they mean 109 to 112 this year, not mid to late projected 1st rounder next year for Malik Willis.
Wait, are you the other side of the trade, Arthur?
You are too low on Willis. Tell me how you are wrong.
I don't think we're too low on Willis.
So I've seen reported that Willis is going to get Justin Fields' contract. Until he gets more than that, then I'm not going to adjust my stance on him. If he gets bigger than a Justin Fields contract, I will adjust to the point that, yeah, Malik Willis versus Cam Ward and Bryce Young is a conversation. Because if that happens, he gets that kind of contract, then obviously the fantasy relevance of him is definitely worth it. But I'm curious to see what NFL teams think of him. Is he a bridge or is he a solution? Does a team go, we're giving him starter money to be our starting quarterback?
Well, like Arthur, like if you think we're low on him, we have him significantly higher than the rest of the site does.
Yeah, dude, I have him. He's my quarterback 25, man.
Yeah, honestly, I had him at 26 below Daniel Jones, but with the Achilles, I probably would take Malik Willis.
I'm Daniel Jones pilled. I have Daniel Jones ahead of him still.
Do you have Kyler lower probably?
No, I have Kyler at 23.
Who do you have lower then?
The tier is
Apper?
No, you know who I have lower. The tier is
you
Daniel
don't have
Jones.
Tyler Shuck lower.
Yeah, I have Malik Willis.
Bro, you have Shuck too low, man.
I like Shuck. I like Shuck, but I would prefer Malik Willis.
He's like a top 18 quarterback in ADP, and they're going to add an offensive piece at 8, man. Yeah, you're too low on Shuck.
I'm not. Anyways,
you're too low.
THC said he wants to get his team breaking down before we go too long on this. Anyways, he knows he's got to fix QB2 ambiguity, and he's got a lot of avenues to do it. But I am absolutely not going to trade out of Jeremiah Love. I want him. No. I would probably see what you can get for Henderson or McMillan, depending on the situation there because you do need quarterback help. And if you don't get Mendoza at 104, I think the best course of action will be to trade one of those guys for a quarterback or to trade 104 for the quarterback.
Let me ask you this question, because obviously in an even world, like, fine, keep Neighbors. That's cool. If the offer was Neighbors for Caleb straight up in this spot, you take Caleb
in this situation
and on his team. If you could get Caleb straight up for Neighbors, let's just say hypothetically. Again, we'll see who has Caleb, what their quarterback core looks like, but that's just hypothetical.
Let me just find him.
He wouldn't make the move.
Not going to do that because he won't have that much firepower at quarterback after, but he could because of his wide receiver core. He also has Burden and Odunze and Loveland, so I don't think he would trade Caleb in that situation.
I would also take Caleb over Neighbors, and yeah.
This guy has every stacking piece of the Bears. I doubt he's trading Caleb Williams. He has Odunze, Burden, and Loveland.
Just a hypothetical, I thought, given the current ranges, like maybe that name is Burrow or something.
If this guy offered you Herbert straight up for Neighbors, would you do it?
I have Neighbors ranked above Herbert, but if you can get a little plus added, I'm cool with doing it.
Yeah, like if he gave me...
I agree, guys, for what it's worth. I do have Caleb over Neighbors. It's just kind of poking the question.
If he gave me like Herbert and Jordan Addison for Neighbors, I would probably do it.
I mean, like...
Or like maybe he even gives you Herbert.
I'd probably take a running back over Jordan Addison in his spot.
Well, what I was going to say is, what if he gives you Herbert plus Fannin for Kraft? And
I have Kraft higher than you do.
Okay, well I prefer Kraft. Or maybe he trades you Loveland.
I mean, if he does that, yeah.
What if he because he has all these Bears? What if he gives you Loveland plus Herbert for Kraft and Neighbors? And I would do that in a heartbeat. Something for that.
Easily. I would do that in a heartbeat.
Anyways, that is just some posturing. Let's move on to the next team here. THC.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, what are you getting your panties in this list over? You're fucking 20,000 points ahead.
Double the value of everyone else. You have fucking Chase Jans. You wanted us to brag about it a little bit. Be honest. Be honest.
This is a brag team. Not sure if you can see trades. I've been spicy.
We cannot.
We can see recent trades. Yeah.
You got Monty for 2 threes. Yeah, sure. I mean, in your spot, does fucking paying a couple threes really matter? Like, you losing 2 threes, the equivalent of Bill Gates leaving a couple dimes in his car.
I don't know if we want to be talking about Bill Gates these days.
Is there something negative that I'm missing?
Bro, he's like all over the Epstein files.
I did not even see that. Christ.
Bill Gates is getting buried in the files.
You're seeing the theory now that fucking Epstein's living in Israel?
Oh my God. Anyway,
you saw that, right?
Getting down this rabbit hole because THC said he had to go. So this team is goated. Obviously, this is an absolute wagon of a team. The only weakness you could point to is maybe some running back depth if you dealt with injuries. Like if Gibbs were to miss time or Hampton were to miss time or whatever, you'd be a little shortchanged at the running back position. So let me posture this question. You have the 105. The 105 for us right now is Jordan Tyson, right?
Yeah.
I would say it's probably not going to be Mendoza, but that would kind of almost work in your favor if it was, because you have May, Burrow, and Hurts. So you could probably sell the asset Fernando Mendoza at a high cost because him falling to 105 is probably not going to be common, I would imagine, in a lot of people's leagues. I would be willing to sell this 105 instead of just taking Tyson or whatever for another running back.
Yeah, honest to God, go throw 105, Vlad McConkey, and I mean, fucking Sam Laporta, if he somehow still has value in your league, given the back stuff. Laporta, McConkey, 105. How close does that get you to Jeremiah Love? Like, how close?
Yeah, well, he said I'm going after the 101. Like, let's see the guy who has the 101 here. This guy probably, no.
Does he have some Fugays?
This guy, I'm seeing who has the high pick value here.
We got a 2 and 12 down there. 2 and 12s.
Yeah, this guy is the 101. Okay. I mean,
he's got fucking shit.
Hunter too. I'm sure we could probably snag Hunter off of his ass.
Get Hunter for free. Yeah. Let's go.
101 and Travis Hunter for what?
101 and Travis Hunter.
Laporta, McConkey, and 105.
Yeah, I would offer that at least, and I would even be willing to offer more if I have to.
Yeah, Laporta, McConkey, and 105. Laporta, McConkey, and 105 for Hunter and 101. See what he does. You can afford to lose Vlad McConkey. He's not going to be a significant contributor for you, given the strength of your team.
If that guy says, "Hey, I won't do it," but if you add in fucking the 2 2s and DK Metcalf to do, I would throw that on top as a cherry.
Yeah, and for the pure definition of what a sell high is, as in we look back and that ended up being their highest point of value. I don't think it's outrageous to say that we could look back on George Pickens and say that was the highest he was ever valued at. And maybe because of the strength of your wide receiver core and the fact that I do think that Ladd McConkey's kind of on the low right now with what he could do with McDaniel next year. You could sell George Pickens plus the 105 and see how close that gets you to Bijan Robinson. Because I think given how valuable Pickens is right now, I think there's going to be people out there that go, actually, that's a really good offer or whatever.
Yeah. And full transparency, again, I think Pickens is going to be back in Dallas. Like, I'm just going to say that perfectly clear. But people are like, oh, Cowboys are carrying out for offers for Pickens. Like, well, yeah, if you can get a guy on a tag, profit, let's just say a 1+ for him on the market, you have to do your due diligence. You have to hear what's out there. Like, I don't find that news as being like groundbreaking. People are like, oh yeah, now the Cowboys
got to shop. If the Raiders are willing to give you
Crosby straight up for Pickens, I would do that in a heartpiat.
Who?
Crosby.
Oh, Crosby straight up. Yeah. I mean, like there's teams out there. Like what if the Bills are willing to give you their 26 pick 25 or whatever they're picking and their 27-1 for George Pickens?
Yeah. Yeah, I love Pickens, but you got to do that, especially in this class, knowing wide receiver, you have your one complimentary wide receiver is strong. Like, again, in an ideal world, we keep Pickens, but like if you can get elite value, let's just say at 12 overall, what if fucking Mekhi Lemon fell there? You trade away Pickens for Crosby, hypothetically, or 2 1s from the Bills, like you said. Kai Lemon or Jordan Tyson or Cardinal Tate somehow faulty at 12. Then at that point, it's like you get a cheap wide receiver 2 next to Lamb for the next 5 years, and you get the defensive player you need. So people, like, again, I expect that none of that's actually going to happen. He's just going to be back on the Cowboys, which is perfectly fine by me. But for people saying, oh, the Cowboys are doing Cowboys things, like that's a very sharp thing to do.
AJ said, what kind of team should I send in? One with actual moves to be made, AJ. Let's do no more brag teams here.
In Scribbles, I agree. It's more so like, oh yeah, you can get Max Crosby and your biggest weakness is an elite edge. Okay, that's fine. You can get 2 1s for him. Sure,
yeah. What would you do it if the Patriots offered you 31 in their first next year?
I think from a pure asset management standpoint, you have to. That's a lot of value. Like AJ Brown went for like the 20th pick when he got dealt. Like,
not to mention that Pickens is like you save all the money that you were going to pay him as well.
That's
cap
what I mean.
Is actually real for non-poverty franchises, but it matters a little bit that you not have to pay a receiver $30 million a year.
Well, in full transparency too, it also give you a second tradable one for next year. So you would get the pick on top of that too.
When you need to trade up to replace Dak.
No, but like.
I'm sorry.
We saw what they did with Quidden to go acquire like an elite defensive player at the deadline. If you can liquidate your offensive value with Pickens, again, like I'm totally fine if he's back, but if you can get elite value for him, that's the exact scenario I'm saying, right?
That is crazy.
Yeah, that's insane to look back on.
Who the hell did the Ravens take with that pick?
What year did he get dealt?
Was that Linderbaum?
It might have been. Oh, it might have been.
It was the 2022 NFL draft because Treylon Burks was the pick that the Titans got.
No, so it was 2022. So yeah, it wouldn't have been Linderbaum.
It was, Tyler Linderbaum. That's the pick that they got.
Oh, right. Yeah, Linderbaum was the same year as Tyler Smith. I remember now.
Yeah, I think actually, if I'm not mistaken,
they go back to back?
They might have moved back from the pick that they got from Arizona.
Maybe. Although Arizona, didn't they make the playoffs in 2022?
From Buffalo. Yeah, they moved back.
Was it 2021 or 22?
The Bills traded up for Kyer Elam at 23. So they traded the 23rd pick to the Buffalo or to the Ravens. Then the Ravens traded back with Buffalo and took Tyler Linderbaum.
Because that was the year that the Cardinals lost to the Rams in the wild card round in the 4v5 game, and then the Rams went on to make the Super Bowl. No, wait, did they make the Super Bowl that year?
The Rams won the Super Bowl before the 2022 draft. That was the year that the Rams won the Super Bowl in 2021.
Correct, because they beat the Cardinals in the first round. In the second round, they beat you guys. And then the conference championship, they beat the 49ers.
Yeah, don't remind me that. I'm sitting at my friggin' grandpa's wake because he died 2 days before, and we ran an all-out blitz on the fucking offensive player of the year.
Shout out 2-time Super Bowl champion Cooper Kupp.
We would have won. We win that Super Bowl if we have Antonio Brown or Godwin. We win that Super Bowl, guaranteed.
Maybe, yeah.
That 2021 team is better than the 2020 team in Tampa Bay, 100%.
I mean, fucking Kyle Shanahan basically admitted to it after the fact, but Yeah, he is. So it was someone that worked with Shanahan that basically said Shanahan knew against Dallas that all he had to do was run the ball in the first three quarters, and the defense would be run out by the fourth, like
Yeah,
run out of gas by the fourth. And
pretty
I'm
much.
like, holy fuck! Like it is completely true, and it makes me sick knowing that, knowing back that the one defense that Dak could not carve up was D'Amico Ryans and Robert Saleh when they were working for the 49ers. That is the one defense I can confidently say has given Dak tremendous fits.
Yeah, it has.
Just
Anyways,
unfortunate, bad matchup.
the other thing I would say, THC, is if he doesn't want to give you Bijan, see what he would do for HN, because I would give them the 105 plus for HN pretty easily. So that would be the other thing I would suggest. But this is a brag team. You knew it. We knew it.
Yeah,
it's an excellent squad. You know the deal there. Arthur has a trade here. He said 2026 109 for Malik Willis. In a vacuum, I think this is a fair trade. In a vacuum.
Yeah, in a vacuum.
I think, relatively speaking, this is going to be about where Ty Simpson would go if he gets first round capital.
Is this in the same league as ambiguity? Is this in the same league as ambiguity?
I don't think so.
Oh, okay. Because he said at the time, or maybe he's saying like, "Oh, you guys are misappropriating the Willis cost."
I probably should move Willis up my rankings right now because he got moved down a little bit. I think he's is he a top 100 dynasty asset, give or take?
He's fringe again. Like it's more so for us. Like I want to see him sign before I move him like up to this range, because I feel like, is he going to be much more expensive than this the minute he signs as a starting quarterback? Like I think 109 is basically buying him where his value is going to be.
Yeah, you know? I can agree with that for sure. My question is like, if that's the case, then shouldn't you buy him before he's worth that? Because I don't think he's worth 109 on the open market right now. I don't think you would have to pay 109 for him on the open.
Well, he was that's what I mean. That's what I mean.
In some of our leagues.
Well, that's what I mean. Again, I think he's a good buy. It's just I feel like you're buying him like where he's going to be afterwards. And if it's in one of our leagues, like it's a sharp league, I understand why that person wants that, because I mean, like, hey, they know exactly why you're buying him. Also, let's go.
Don't I have the 109 in that league?
Hey, Corey, this is why I feel good. Yeah, we've gotten some stuff wrong, but for all the people that asked us, should I sell Drake May? Glad you kept him.
Yeah, he's a monster.
He's a stud. And it'll look a lot better when his left tackle doesn't give up 14 pressures in the Super Bowl.
Fields probably was quarterback 23, 24 in ADP last year in Dynasty.
Like I saw him going like 7th, 8th round in startups usually.
I also think that like that was partially because he was on the Jets as well. Like if he was on I also think the market have more choice, in my opinion, than just going to the Jets because they're the only team willing to give him a starting job. Like I think the Dolphins will want to have him. I think that the Cardinals want to have him. I think that the Jets could want to have him. Like he might have choice.
So Corey, I agree, but I think it's more so going to be similar to what we thought about Daniel Jones in that aspect after Anthony Richardson got hurt. Because obviously before Anthony Richardson got hurt, there's a little bit more ambiguity. Who's going to be the starter? Who's going to be the backup? Like once Richardson got hurt and we basically knew, okay, Daniel Jones is going to start, I don't think his value ever got up to 109. Whereas with Fields, I think part of the reason why he was valued as high as he was, because people saw, former first round pedigree. Oh, he's been top 3 to 5 fantasy running back in points per game before. It's like, I don't think you're going to need to pay Fields prices for Willis, even if I think Willis is a better bet, given what he's shown in Green Bay.
I guess this is my whole thing here. Do you believe that Malik Willis gets a starting job for multiple years in free agency?
I do.
Has a lease to start for multiple years.
I do. Now, does the market agree with that? That's my question.
But if you had to,
I want to be ahead of market.
Vegas odds, he gets a deal that is effectively at least a 2-year contract to start for an NFL team. What are the Vegas odds on that happening?
Minus 200.
Then I think he probably needs to be a top 22 dynasty quarterback because of what the upside is when he's a starter.
So I don't disagree, but also I understand that the market's not at that point. Like if the market is at that point, you have to be
the NFL free agent market is at that point, dude.
I'm not saying the NFL free agent market. I'm saying
the NFL free agency is there.
Well, that's why I'm saying directly the dynasty market. I don't think the dynasty market is going to make you pay top 22 prices, which is why I think he's a buy.
Yeah, he absolutely is going to average this as a runner.
Arthur, you're on base. I guess my counter right now is this is about where I think the market's going to be after free agency. So I don't think you're getting necessarily a discount. Am I comfortable paying this?
Okay, yes. This price tag, yes. But I think you can get him for an early 2 right now.
I agree. And at that point, I'm buying.
Maybe the person who has him isn't that dumb and they're just going to go, I'm going to wait and see what happens in free agency, because that would be my response if I was thinking I might want to sell Malik Willis. I would be like, I need to wait to see what happens before I actually sell this guy. But if people are sleeping, the team that we
Dolphins can
had,
go get him.
like people might not be paying attention right now. Like they might not realize that this guy absolutely is like if quarterback needy teams are stacking up their boards of who their priorities are after Fernando Mendoza, they might have Malik Willis as the second best option available on the market right now.
So yeah, I agree. If you started at the 202 and he countered at the 109, you probably could have gotten an extra third thrown your way, I think.
Yeah.
Like it's just based on the art of negotiation. So like, yeah, I mean, hey, you want a guy, you didn't want a low cut. You want to say, hey, I'm willing to give the 109. This is the offer. Take it or leave it. Like, okay, I'm perfectly comfortable making that move if you have to pay that top. It's just like, yeah, if you started with the 202, you probably could have got him a little bit cheaper. But man, when you have a gut feeling and you want to forecast that the market value of a player is going to be higher based off of a process, which I think Malik Willis's process is, hey, if he starts next year, he can throw for 20 plus touchdowns and rush for 5 to 7. Yeah, that's totally fine process in my opinion.
And Arthur, you've 100% gotten me to change where I had him ranked in my overall rankings. That tier of like Kyler Murray, Matthew Stafford, Daniel Jones, he needs to be at the front of that tier, given how high upside he is.
And it's crazy considering. So I have him at 24, and honestly,
he's now 23 for me.
Him versus Bryce Young's a conversation. Yeah, but you also have like
I'm always Bryce pilled, so that's where I'm at with it.
I mean, like you also have like Shuck buried.
Yeah, because
I have him at 24.
I'm not convinced he's a franchise quarterback. That's the only reason why.
I just think you're hating on him too much. What he showed last year was strong, and they have the assets to build around him.
He's in the tier. He's just at the end of it.
Yeah, the market value, the site rankings have Willis at 165 overall.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Who's bringing it down? Now I'm very curious.
It ain't me because he's now at 93 in my rankings.
So if I go mine, yours, and then the other guys at the end here, I'm very curious where the ranking is for Malik Willis overall. Okay, so if I go to quarterback.
Gun to my head, I would take the 109, though, because I have him ranked about at the 110. And
okay.
I do share your sentiment, Danny, that he probably will be worth about the 109 after free agency.
So, Corey, I have him at 87. You have him at 81. You know where the other experts on the site have him?
Where?
Avery has him at 206.
Okay, that's I forgot to update him in my rankings ranking, not like I seriously would think he's the 206th best asset.
Zach has him at 133.
That's probably more likely that he knows what kind of value he is.
Sammy has him at 150.
Okay.
Mason's the highest of the others, who has him at 116. That's pretty respectable, at least. And then Nathan has him at 172.
Yeah.
And in terms of Bryce Young, you have him clearly the highest. Avery's just behind you. I have him at 84. Zach 85. Mason has Bryce Young at 50.
Wow. I'm at 75, and I thought he was a Bryce Young guy.
It says you have him at 67, but you probably have the picks ahead, is what I'm assuming.
Oh, yeah.
Because when you go to the rankings tab, it doesn't show where the picks are.
Well, you can include rookie picks.
Right. Duh. I can just click that. Good point. I forgot.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that, but I don't think it's outrageous to say
Reasonable.
that you're like, hey, I'm going to just take the swing. Because like if Willis becomes a starting quarterback for the next 3 to 4 years, he will clear Bryce by a country mile in fantasy points per game.
Yeah.
As much as I think Bryce could be like seriously like an 18 to 20 point per game producer at some point next year. I think Bryce could be that good next year.
Honestly, after
Willis is just a monster as a runner.
I mean, after Willis signs, realistically, I can even get him upwards of like, depending on where he goes, dude, you can make the case to take him over like Stroud and Darnold.
Yeah. Also, Bryce is not the worst athlete on the field. Get the fuck out of here.
He can move.
He can move.
He ain't Willis as an athlete, but he can move.
No, nobody is. Truly Malik Willis in the prospect model for the quarterback position. I'm actually going to pull it up right now.
The fact that Kenny Pickett went 3 rounds ahead of him is ridiculous.
I'm pretty sure Malik Willis has the highest rushing grade in the history of the prospect model. I'm pretty sure. Let me take a look really quick.
Like for a day 3 quarterback?
No, period. His rushing grade only. Lamar Jackson and Jane Daniels were better.
That's not too bad. That's good company to be in.
Yeah. Pretty good, I would say.
Yes, sir.
He averaged 8.4 yards a carry in college, dude. 8.4.
I remember
his PFF rushing grade was 94.5.
I remember. Do you remember when we did the Tone Setters mock draft and it was on that class? And I remember I had Willis going 1 overall, and I'm like, it was like obviously a meme like mock draft, but I just wrote down, I'm like, little man, big arm, run fast. That's exactly what Malik Willis is. That's so easy to
sum up. Arthur, I was the Milrow guy, which is why I'm putting some damn respect on Malik Willis's name right now. Because if I'm going to be the Milrow guy in the same breath, I have to be a Malik Willis guy. It's the same exact bet.
Yeah, it also makes me think that maybe Will Levis might be good.
Yeah. Maybe. Well, I
like,
when I was
might have been a dumpster
candidates and shit, I'm like, dude, 6 of these quarterbacks are going to be starters elsewhere. Like Mac Jones, and someone's going to take a swing on. Corey, like, why isn't Will Levis going to be the Jets' backup quarterback?
Well, that's what I'm asking. So, Corey, nobody was talking about Darnold being a future starting quarterback when he signed as the backup with the 49ers, and yet we took him in a couple startup drafts. We were like, okay, there's a bunch of startups. He's landing in a good. Why wouldn't Will Levis go to like
Los Angeles?
Los Angeles would be perfect. Los Angeles would be the move.
The only thing that I can guarantee you will not happen is that Anthony Richardson will not be the next Sam Darnold.
No.
That guy's a goober. Like, there's no way. I think Will Levis actually like might have what it takes above the shoulders the way that Darnold had it. He just didn't have the right shit around him. No, it does not mean 9 will be good one day, because I think if Darnold or like one of these quarterbacks that flame out, I think if Zach Wilson was drafted to that Vikings team, he's probably a franchise quarterback right now.
All right, we can stop now.
I'm dead serious. I'm dead serious.
We can stop now.
When the 49ers trade Mac Jones for a conditional 3rd round pick, Zach Wilson's about to be the backup in San Francisco.
Hey, we were at about here, and now we're at here.
Anyways, AJ says, this is a fun one. You're welcome. Open to any ideas. Okay. So, I mean, this is just a pick factory clearly here. Like, look at this pick bank that he has. 101, 103, 105, 106, 107, 108, 111, 112, 203. Okay. This is a blank slate, essentially, this team. All you're looking to do for the most part is, I mean, you're probably going to spend that 101, 103, 105. Maybe you'd want to move up from the 105 and use one of those later picks to secure 101, 102 potentially, and 103. I don't know. Would that be your first thought, or would you try and get up from the other area of the draft?
If I can get, honest to God, if I can somehow get with this team 101, 102, 103, 104, I'm doing everything I can to do it.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I think it would be interesting. I mean,
you have depth.
He doesn't need Mendoza, though. That's the thing, right? He has Caleb Ward and Willis.
Good point. Okay, so if you can get,
that's what I'm saying. If you went 105 plus 111, and can that get you 102, or 106 plus 107 gets you 102 and a 2 back or something like that, then you can just take Love and the 2 receivers.
Yeah, and then the picks from there on, like, oh my God, you also still have all the fucking 27 ones too. Like, what? Okay, now I'm seeing the names, and I noticed that it's not in an FSC league, which means that's why you have all these picks.
BD Bacon usually.
Is he?
Yeah, I think this is BD Bacon.
Oh, okay, fair enough. It's an FSC league. I've noticed some of the names. I'm assuming they probably formed it in the Discord. I just know we're not in it.
Yeah.
Regardless, though, I love that pick bank
for sure. I'm telling you guys, we're 2 years away from Zach Wilson being the next Sam Darnold. I'm telling you, it's going to this year. He's doing his San Francisco 49ers, year abroad like Darnold did. And then in 2027, after Brock Purdy does 3 games, somebody's going to sign Zach Wilson to a Sam Darnold-like contract. It's going to happen.
That's like me saying give 9 4 more years.
No, 9 is.
That's literally the exact same thing, Corey. Let's be serious.
It is probably, but
exact same thing.
The qualification for the next Sam Darnold has to have been that they were in a bad situation at one point. You can't be in a great situation and be the next Sam Darnold.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see.
You have to be like Mac Jones or like, Zach Wilson or Sam Darnold himself or Baker Mayfield. Like, you have to be on a poverty franchise.
Yeah, we'll see. I feel like you're just kind of making it up as you go to make Zach Wilson a thing.
Well, what was the formula for Sam Darnold? No, not true. I'm not a huge Ty Simpson guy.
Oh, garbage.
Any specific trade targets, AJ says. I mean, checking the trade value chart would be the easiest way to get an answer out of that, because if you have anybody that aligns with that pick number and you're like, hey, I don't really want to spend this 108, I'm just going to go and trade for Devontae Smith or something like that, you could go ahead and do that. But it would take me forever to go through all the possibilities of trade targets of veterans. Just knowing that this is a young team, you're going to be building around it. You probably are going, like getting a Fannin type would make some sense. Getting any young foundational assets. Like, I'm not probably going to look and add a ton of guys that are like, oh, I'm going to grab Jalen Waddle to make this team competitive. No, you got a young team, build around the young team, build around the pick bank that you have built up here, and go after hammers too. Like 107 plus 108 gets you Colston Loveland or something, and you're locked down at tight end for the next 10 years. Go ahead and do stuff like that. I'm probably going to just spend the picks if I'm going to, not trade them for real needle moving type of guys.
Go have fun. And Corey, if we still had the graphics loaded in the media assets, I'd be throwing up some monster fucking graphics.
The ugliest graphics I've ever made in my life, and for some reason you're obsessed with them.
They were awesome.
Slats watches right here, by the way, another FSE staple.
Yes, sir. Well, I said that earlier. I'm like, yeah, Slat is the 102. He's a bastard, eh?
Yeah, I mean, he's probably not going to trade it, knowing that he could use the wide receiver help.
For sure.
But yeah, I mean, go have fun with this. Treat yourself, and hopefully you get at least 1 or 2 running backs in this year's class. Like if you walk away at 101, you grab Jeremiah Love. Let's say at 111, you grab Jadarian Price, who got like second round draft capital or something. I'd feel pretty good about your running back core. Most of this class is going to be filling out your wide receiver core, maybe grabbing Kenyon Sadiq, depending on if you can move that pick for other assets or trade up or trade down or whatever. I would be fine walking out of this class with Love, let's say Lemon at 103, Tyson at 105, 106 is Sadiq, 107 is, Casey Concepcion or something. And then maybe you move up the board to get another, stud asset or something like that with the rest of the picks. And you just fill out the wide receiver core, add a running back or two, maybe Jonah Coleman or, Price with one of those later picks. And you're on your merry way. You're also going to have all those picks in 2027 to throw more darts at the quarterback position if you need to, and to probably get some of those top running backs as well.
Sadiq is fun.
We might have a nice little running back class next year. Not going to lie. It's underrated.
Yeah, 2027, yeah.
Between Ahmad Hardy, Kawan Lacey, some of the guys
back to school, by the way.
Here, Darius Taylor, LJ Martin, Justice Haynes. There's Fraser from Georgia as well.
Yeah, I know. We'll see what happens with Jordan Marshall as well, because it's the backfield's probably going to be him and Hyder, which is going to be big. And Marshall, despite being the technical number 2
right now,
he's very efficient. He was the one
going to be relevant.
Yeah, no, he was a workhorse down the stretch once Haynes got hurt, and he was averaging like 6.8 yards per carry.
I think the Oregon is the Oregon freshman. Was he a redshirt freshman or a true freshman?
Hill?
Yeah.
I think he's a true freshman.
The guy who had the monster like PFF grade and like really efficient.
Yeah, Dier Hill. Yeah, I think he was a true freshman this year.
Yeah,
also Jordan Marshall, 6.2 yards per carry, 10 rushing touchdowns, and he was the RB2 technically for half the year.
Yeah, we should maybe in the next couple of weeks, just to give an idea for people who want to trade for 2027 ones, we should maybe do a 2027 tier list.
I'm cool with that.
Just so we can like get a sense of like the class and like whatnot. Obviously, the running back position, sometimes these guys go back for their senior seasons because of NIL money. Like, and how, like, if you're not going to get drafted first or second round, you might as well back to school.
Isaac Brown too. We forgot about him. He got hurt this year. Isaac Brown from Louisville.
Yeah, and also some of the transfers too, like Raleek Brown going to Texas. Yeah. Or no, where did he go? He go to Texas?
I think he went to Texas. Yeah, I believe so.
And then Hollywood Smothers too transfers.
Yeah. Did he go to Alabama? Smothers?
Am I baked or is he at Texas as well?
I think he was initially at Texas and he transferred out because what's his face game? Let me see. It was one or the other. I know they got one of Smothers or Raleek. Yeah, okay. So Smothers is at Texas. He flipped from Alabama to Texas.
Yeah.
That's what happened. Okay.
But yeah, the fact that Ahmad Hardy might be like the 104, 105 next year is pretty insane.
Yeah, no, he looks
like
good.
Obviously, we know what Jeremiah is, but like there's still a lot of room at the top for some of those other top receivers. Like Cam Coleman could have an insane year for Texas.
Oh, yeah.
And like Manning is going to be 101 or 102, if I had to guess, as well.
Yeah.
Like I think the conversation will be Smith versus Manning at 101.
Yeah. You know who I'm really excited about is what's his face? Oh my God, I'm drawing a blank. Fuck, I have him on my Devi team. Let me go check. 1 sec. There's 2027. Let me go, Danny. Wesco.
Wesco, yeah. He's not getting the capital right now in mocks currently. Like
Really?
In terms of if you go to the consensus big board of 2027 NFL mock database, you got Arch Manning and Dante Moore projected to be the first 2 picks. Jeremiah Smith's projected to be the 3rd pick. First of all, DJ Lagway sucks. He's not going in the top 5. I don't care what anyone says. Julian Sand also ridiculous. Not going in the top 5, and I actually would bet he's in 2020.
Oh my God! Don't get me started with Julian Sand. People were like, "Oh, is he going to be the 101 or the 102 next year?" I'm like, bro.
He'll probably be in 2028's class. Also, I don't think he'll be in next year's class.
Biggest wild card of the class.
Yeah, Ryan Williams also a huge wild card. Didn't have a great season this year.
All the talent in the fucking world. He just can't finish plays at all at the capstone.
Yeah. Cam Coleman, Ahmad Hardy, like I said, they're going to be really high on prospects. Nate Fraser's projected to go 22nd overall, the Georgia running back who had a really great season this year. Sellers, also one of the biggest wild cards of the entire class as well, depending on if he can put things together. Mario Craver, very talented player. Drew Mestemaker had a really good season for Oklahoma State, the quarterback there as well. Eric Singleton, another wild card. John Mateer, another wild card. He was playing well before he broke his finger. Jaden Mayava, I was pretty impressed with him when I was watching Mekhi Lemon and Jacoby Lane.
Mayava's better than Sand. Let's get that out of the way.
Mark Fletcher, LJ Martin, Darius Taylor. Like, there's a lot of good running back guys that I think. Deuce Robinson had 1,008 touchdowns last year, the first season that he was at Florida State. Darian Mensah, I still think is kind of interesting now at Miami as well.
So this is glad you mentioned 2028 as well. So the North Texas running back transferred to Oklahoma State, Hawkins. He had like the highest PFF grade, and he was a true freshman this year. And he's also like, I think he's listed 6'2", 205 pounds. So like he's a bigger frame. Like he could probably put on 10 pounds at the next level and be like a bowling ball. And he can move too. I was watching a little bit of him.
Nick Harbour is also an interesting wild card. Same with Nick Anderson, if he can stay healthy for once in his life.
And so this guy didn't get a ton of opportunity early in the season, but down the stretch, Andrew Marsh was unreal. And that's a Michigan wide receiver.
Yeah, Michigan State?
Michigan wide receiver. You're thinking of Nick Marsh. He's 2027. Oh. He transferred to Indiana, I believe. Yeah, Nick Marsh went to Indiana. Andrew Marsh was the Michigan wide receiver. He was a backup for the first half of the year as a true freshman. But once he got the full starting job, he was the #1 wide receiver on Michigan.
Yeah, I wasn't super impressed with Josh Hoover personally when I was watching McAllister.
Isn't that the furry guy, Josh Hoover?
Is he a furry?
Or there was like a Reddit board fucking like rumor of something like that, or like maybe it was just like slander.
Oh, he transferred to Indiana.
Yeah,
right. Okay, I didn't realize.
Yeah, Josh Hoover. Oh my God, wait, Josh Hoover. Furry. Yeah, it ended up being false, but there was like rumors he was part of the furry community that came out mid-season. I remember that shit.
That's really funny. Epstein and furries, yes. Okay, anyways, let's close out with AJ's review. Anything else here other than, yes, this is a fun one. We would obviously explore all avenues. No stone unturned. Can you get up to 102? Can you get up to 104? Again, 104 maybe not so much because you don't need Mendoza. And yeah, maybe swinging a deal for a hammer type of veteran would be something that I would encourage you to look after. Like 107 plus 111, does that get you Devon Achane? Or you know what I mean? Like one of those kind of like hammer type veterans. How close does that get you to Genty? How close does that get you to Hampton and those type of running backs potentially? And then, yeah, all those 2027 ones are going to feel really, really nice to have next year because as we just basically did, there's so many guys that the high end of the class, like I would imagine, we're going to have at least 5 prospects be purple colored tier in the prospect model type of guys, meaning they're either workhorse or generational running backs. They are foundational or generational quarterbacks. They are generational tight ends, potentially. I don't think we're going to get a generational tight end next year. Or they are league winner type of wide receiver prospects as well. Like it wouldn't shock. Like I know Jeremiah is going to be a league winner prospect. Obviously I know that, Ahmad Hardy is probably going to have a chance at least the workhorse tier, if not the generational tier at running back. And then some of the other quarterbacks as well, going to be potentially really good prospects as well. But let's move on. Thank you guys for tuning in. Let me make sure we have all the things situated here. I think we are caught up. Anything else?
Well, I saw it commented. So we did this on the last live stream. So I'm going to do it. I'm going to set us up again. We had some good battles.
Yeah, let's do some battles. Jamari Johnson has a chance for sure. With no Sadiq now, I think it's possible that he has a chance to be a generational prospect, but I don't think it's outrageous to say that Pitts had a lot of work to do before his junior season. And then obviously he did that work and became the prospect caliber he was, because his sophomore year was good, but it wasn't like special. So yeah, it wouldn't shock me if Jamari Johnson ended up being a really high-end tight end prospect too.
Yeah, and I'm trying to see who commented it earlier because I just want to give him a shout out for reminding me. Who I can't find it now. Whoever commented to hop on the Perry Pick'em after, big shout out. I saw it in chat. I can't find it right now, but so we will start it. You want first or second?
I'll go first, I guess. I don't know.
Okay. Jacksonville Jaguars.
Jacksonville Jaguars. Give me I feel like this has got to be a Jimmy season. Give me Jimmy Smith, I guess. I can't think of anybody else that would make sense here.
One you're missing.
Oh, fucking Maurice Jones-Drew. I mean, 297 for a wide receiver. I think there's
it's strong
options out there.
Detroit Lions. I mean, I just got to take Barry Sanders, right? Unless Megatron might have
I don't think
him.
Barry will be allowed.
Oh, right. So it's just probably Megatron then.
I mean, you might be able to, yeah.
Like if I search Barry, does it show up?
No.
Okay, so it's probably just going to be Megatron then.
To be honest, I think Megatron would have been the right answer anyways. Even Barry was there.
Yeah. Gibbs wouldn't be too far off either.
Yeah, no, I that's probably where I'm going to go. Actually, yeah, sure. No, I'm not going to use Laporte this season. Never mind. His rookie year, I was debating it because tight ends is, you never know how many good options you're going to get.
I mean, Gibbs outscored Calvin. No,
Philadelphia. Oh, this is probably where I should use a tight end, huh?
Might be.
Okay. Obviously, Barkley's season makes a lot of sense to use. I don't think AJ seasons are good enough to use. I could go with Jalen Hurts too, which is probably the direction I should go. But I'm gonna play this risky here. Let's go with Zach Ertz. I think that you're not gonna get many opportunities to get better tight ends than that.
Your ball, Zach Ertz. I was thinking of Shady McCoy, but I think I can get a better running back season than that. Hurts would be a good answer, but I think there's better quarterback years. I was thinking about Terrell Owens as well, but I'm not sure if he would have had a big.
I can't imagine he had a better season in 2008 or whatever, even than AJ Brown had his first year.
I'm just gonna go Barkley. It's the easy one.
I mean, you could have gone with I don't think Shady had a better season than that.
Raiders.
I think you're pigeonholed here.
Oh, I mean, I can just do this.
I know, because I was like, ideally you just like punt that because I already have my tight end, but I think that was the only option you had.
Yeah, I'm cool with that. Because I don't know who goes here.
So I feel like there's two very clear answers here. It's either Devontae Adams or it's Josh Jacobs' 2022 season, I think. I'm trying to think who else would I be missing.
10.
Give me Devontae Adams. I think there's better running backs out there than the 2022 season. Was I forgetting someone obvious?
Why do you get another pick?
Because I went second there.
Oh, okay. Chicago Bears. I also think I might have Darren Waller might have been better than Bowers, but I'm not sure.
Oh, he might have been. Yeah, you're right. Okay. So I think when we did this last time, it ended up being Brandon Marshall was the best option, right?
I believe.
Or was there a running back that we had? Just give me Brandon Marshall.
Yeah, that's a fantastic year. The one I was thinking about was Matt Forte.
Yeah, I think when we did this, it ended up being Marshall was better, if I'm not mistaken.
Probably would be. That's over 20 points per game.
I think we're going to be pretty close in score regardless.
Yeah, here. I mean, I think Forte, regardless, would be like top two option. So I got to go.
Oh, wow, he had a little bit better.
I mean, sorry.
Fuck me.
I can't spell apparently.
I feel like I might just have to take this because I don't want to get pigeonholed at this position because I could lose a lot of points if I don't get a good one.
Oh yeah.
Just give me Burrow.
Burrow, okay. Seattle Seahawks.
Oh, beautiful. Give me Sean Alexander.
Oh yeah, Sean. Duh. I said beast mode. Yeah, Sean had a fucking MVP level year.
Yes, sir.
And I probably got to go beast mode with my other one because I don't think Russell Wilson would
Yeah.
be.
I don't know. His 2017 season was pretty good. You might get screwed if you don't get a good quarterback season.
I just know for sure Lynch
Your
was a
flex
top
is open, though, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, like Lynch was a top 3 option in 2012, I believe. So
Russ was the QB1 overall in 2017, dude. I would probably take that.
Go for upside here. I think I'm going to get a stud quarterback.
Oh, come on. That's bullshit. That's bullshit,
Let's
dude.
go. You need a fucking hammer here.
Yeah.
Randy
Moss.
Yeah. I mean, you need a hammer. You got the hammer.
Yeah.
Oh, that was
like
an eker. That was an eker. So, yeah, I mean, I guess if I went Russ and then sniped you on fucking Moss, that would have been the difference.
I think it was the right decision to go with Ertz, man. I would have been screwed at tight end, I think.
Wow, that was a close
one.
one.
I would have probably had to take Tyler Eifert or something.
Yeah. I saw 07 Brady and I got excited. I'm like, wait, no, his wide receiver was so good that year. It's not even
No, it didn't even matter.
Yeah. Yeah, because I guess the only way I could have cucked you there is if I took Russ and then I sniped Moss, because then you would have had to take a flex on the Patriots.
Yeah,
that was the only way out. Oh, okay.
I'm glad you didn't listen to me.
Whew. So you went first.
You go first this time, and then we'll end it off here because I gotta go feed Moz.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is just Josh Allen, but unless I'm forgetting anyone, no, I don't believe so. I don't like you just take Josh Allen. You don't worry about it. 400 points.
Yeah, that is a pretty easy answer. So I could go James. I could go Shady. I could go. Give me Steph Diggs 2020.
Good call, Mr. Diggs. Good year too. Green Bay Packers. I mean, 14 Rodgers was quarterback one. I know that.
I'm thinking do I want to burn the quarterback spot this early, knowing you have a quarterback already? Probably not. So give me Amon Green.
Fuck. Because I know he outscored Devontae Adams.
I know, that's why I remember.
I mean, Adams is just going to be the other one.
I do feel like it's better to use up your wide receiver spots, though, generally.
Jaguars. I mean, this has just got to be MJD again.
Yeah.
Also, I'm forgetting something obvious. Like, I don't think Fred Jackson.
I took Jimmy last time.
Or Fred Taylor had a better year.
Yeah. I'll probably just take Jimmy Smith again.
Probably the safe bet, to be honest.
I mean, I can't imagine Keenan McCardle had a better, Allen Robinson's season wasn't better than that, I don't think. Miami Dolphins.
I'm just going to take the other one.
It's got to be Tyreek, right?
I'm just going to take the other one.
Yeah. Trying to think which one would be better. Go give me Tyreek.
You could pick. I would have taken Tyreek straight up, but Achane is probably scoring within 20 points. So I'm not overthinking that. Oh, it's a little bit bigger of a discrepancy than I thought. Chargers. Oh, got to be a Gates here. Got to be.
Oh my God, you're so dumb with Daniel Tomlinson. Your running back spots.
I'm not even joking you.
Spots were filled up.
That's what fucking mentally fucked me up. Is I saw my running back spots filled and not realize I had flex spots. I'm such a doofus. Oh my God.
If you have another team review, we'll do it if you submit it.
Dude, I'm so stupid.
I mean, Gates is a great tight end pick, obviously,
but I saw the two running backs filled up.
You didn't even give me a chance to answer.
I mean, would you have gone?
I mean, I'm gonna take Lamar probably, but
sorry, I just mentally. My bad. Oh, that just threw me the fuck off.
You're on the board now with a wide receiver, Ravens wide receiver flex.
Just gotta be Henry.
Oh, you can do Derrick Henry, right?
Oh, I fucked up bad.
That's huge, though.
Yeah, I gotta make up so many points, though. I left the best fantasy player of all time on the board.
Give me Le'Veon Bell.
Fuck me. I'm so stupid.
I gotta take whoever's to this could still fuck me though. I need a tight end. Give me a tight end.
Raiders.
Oh yes.
Oh, which one though?
I think
I
think Waller's season was better.
It probably was. There's no 600-point player on the Raiders, so
it was better.
Oh, how did I not take LaDainian fucking Tomlinson?
Yeah, taking LaDainian Tomlinson was an absolute throw.
Oh, that's so dumb. Okay.
I'm redeeming myself on this this
I'm
round.
gonna take one for the meme then. Let's go Hunter Renfrow.
Henry
for the
Ruggs.
jokes. There you go. Let's go Hunter Renfrow for the jokes. No, I know. So mentally, I saw the 2 running back spots filled and didn't even clock in running back.
When the Chargers got pulled up, I'm like, fuck, I lose. Like, you just lose. Like, the other person gets Tomlinson, you just lose.
Fucking we ball. Oh, okay. So
Okay,
we'll flip back
one,
then. I mean, you get AB.
Does that mean I'm Team A again?
Yeah, you got, Antonio, right?
Yeah, give me Antonio Brown.
Yeah, I wasn't going to click it this time. I accidentally just fucking ran up to the podium and took Lamar because I just assumed you'd go him.
We'll probably not give any more vouchers out. If you submitted, like if you pay for a team review, obviously we'll make sure that we get to it for you. But yeah, we'll probably not be submitting any more vouchers. That's unfortunate. Christian. Okay.
You got a good option.
I have 2 good options. I'll fill the tight end spot. Give me George Kittle.
Yeah, that's the one I was thinking of. Because
I could have taken Deebo Samuel's 2021, but I don't think it was worth it. Chris McCaffrey.
Do we both get McCaffrey then? What the fuck?
Yeah, that's another. That's also pretty unrecoverable as well. That you get a 471 McCaffrey season.
What the fuck is that? Who even? D'Angelo Williams, maybe Jonathan Stewart. I mean, Steve Smith, maybe actually, right?
Yeah, I think you're probably better off with Jay Stu there.
Maybe 337 strong though. It's over 20 points per game.
Yeah.
And I believe Waller's was higher, so I will go with him here.
I
mean, we're managing. It's a close-ish still.
Yeah, I'll take give me Jacobs played 17 games that year. Give me Jacobs 2022.
Josh Jacobs.
Like 19 points per game, 17 games.
Yeah, that's a strong year. Washington Commanders.
Commanders. I think the play here might be to just take Jaden Daniels.
Could be.
I mean, maybe RG3 too, but I'll just take Jaden. I don't feel confident in any of the like Portis years or like any of those guys.
Yeah, I was thinking Portis. I was also
feel like
thinking
that
about
might
Alfred
be
Morris.
Taking Jaden there, but
I was thinking about Portis and Alfred Morris.
I wonder if RG3's year was better than Jaden's.
Garcon had a big year, but I don't think it was with Washington. I'm just going to go Portis. I feel like he had to have had one really good year with Washington. Yeah, 272 I'll take. 272 I'll take. Miami, I mean, this was just Tyreek Hill. He had like 375 points. You still get the other one, though. It's pretty good.
I know, but I need a wide receiver, so it would have been nice.
Gotcha.
Keep my flexes open. I guess I'll just take Devon Achane.
Oh, I'm an idiot. I guess the flexes aren't fucking manifesting in my head. And Broncos.
Do I want to take the receiver now?
You missed the Terrell Davis fucking period too.
Yeah. I'll just take Demaryius Thomas in the wide receiver spot.
Thank God I didn't have my quarterback position set because
yeah, Manning.
Peyton Manning
would have been better than taking Jaden Daniels for sure.
And this has just got to be Barkley. I mean, like it could have been a Terrell Owens year, but I just think Barkley's the safe pick because I know he had a huge.
Okay, what do I need here?
Both 375
points.
Yeah, something like that.
I don't think I'm getting that from anybody.
Eagles. I mean, if I were you, I would just fucking throw a Terrell Owens and hope. Like,
yeah,
I don't know who else. Shady.
Yeah, give me a Shady year. Give me Shady. Or would Brian Westbrook have had a year like that?
Your call.
Give me McCoy. Give me
McCoy. 30. You won the first two though, so we'll see what happens here. I want to be best of 5 now. Chiefs,
yeah, I guess it's the best of 5.
I got to take the Kelsey year. Or would Tony actually have outscored him? No, Kelsey 2020 had one of the best years of all time. And then I'm assuming you're going Mahomes or Gonzalez?
Yeah, give me Mahomes.
You know who's the other one I thought about afterwards is Priest Holmes.
By the way, I did just look it up because I was curious. Brian Westbrook, 374 fantasy points in his best season. So I would have been close. Pittsburgh Steelers, give me Antonio Brown.
Hey, I also think we both forgot about Priest Holmes with the Chiefs.
Oh yeah, we did forget about Priest for sure.
Yeah, Belfer, Brown makes sense.
I feel like there's like 5 teams that we've never had come up yet.
I know, just the same teams keep throwing up.
MJD. I kind of want to take the risk that we have a Lenny year. That was really good, but I think that's dumb. That's dumb. That's dumb. Give me Jimmy Smith.
Fred Taylor too. You want? Yeah, he's bit.
Low-key, would Evan Ingram been a terrible pick there? Also,
that's a good point.
Give me Megatron.
Calvin.
I'm kind of worried I don't have any running backs. Maybe I should have taken Gibbs there.
I'm just gonna take him here.
Oh, he had more.
Wow.
Oh, that's fucking crazy.
Foster.
Damn it.
I would take fucking Andre Johnson. I could pigeonhole myself, but I can't pass on that Foster here. I'm assuming Andre probably.
Shit, man.
Could go with Dalton Schultz.
I have to take a running back, I think.
Oof.
I don't think that any of the Andre years were significantly better than what Joe Mixon did in 2023 or 2024. Give me Mixon. This might be a huge throw. Oh, big throw.
Ooh.
Okay,
oh, you got Randy though.
Yeah, I gotta take Randy. Oh no, no? I gotta risk. I'm already behind. Give me Gronkowski, knowing I gotta make up points at some positions here.
I think he's sold because I can just take Moss.
Yeah, but you also could have taken Brady and didn't.
Fair. Vikings. Jefferson's the opposite one, but Dalvin Cook. Oh, Dalvin Cook's big for you.
Yeah,
Dalvin Cook's big for you.
Massive.
Yeah, I mean, I just got to go with Jefferson.
No. You are stunned, actually.
Oh, Peterson.
Peterson.
Yeah, 2012 Peterson. Duh. Dude, what is up with me right now? My brain's fucking functioning.
Give me McCaffrey. Oh, this might be close.
Oh no! How many am I behind? I should be.
But what quarterback season is that good? You're gonna probably get me though. I think you're only like
probably just got to be 30.
270 points is a lot though.
Ooh, did Kaepernick start a full year? I know Purdy points per game wise was high. He would have had a top 5. Surely Purdy got a 20 point per game year and wins it. Yeah, okay.
Oof.
I was closer than I wanted it to be though. Yeah,
Pete, it's only Joe Mixon like an idiot. I'm good.
It's only since 2020.
2000
or 2000. Yeah, my bad.
Okay,
2000.
This is decides it now.
Woo! Game 5, baby. Game 5. Yes. Colts.
Indianapolis Colts. God, there's so many to choose from.
Yeah, there's a lot.
Give me Marvin Harrison.
Harrison? I like it. I think I might play it through 06 Manning.
Yeah, 384 is good. That's a good point.
384 is good. Do I play it with 06 Manning?
Points.
So it's between 06 Manning or it's between this year's JT and Edgerrin James. Those are the two I'm considering right now. I think Manning's just the safer.
What do you know about old Dallas Clark?
Yeah, sure. I'll go say
Manning is probably not bad. Yeah.
Especially when you get McCaffrey to bookend it.
Yeah.
It's between the two.
Am I baked or would Frank Gore be a good answer here?
Jeff Garcia. Okay.
Give me Frank Gore.
Frank the Tank.
I feel like I'm going to get a better year out of him.
That's a good year.
That's a good year. Okay,
Saints. This is an easy one.
Is it?
No.
No. Who had more points?
There's a wild card here too.
There's 2 wild cards here. I could go Breeze or Jimmy Graham if I needed to go with a wild card. I'm gonna go. It's PPR. Give me Alvin
Kamara. I will take Jimmy Graham.
Wow. Okay. Passing on Michael Thomas's 2019, I don't think was a wise decision.
Maybe not, but I know Jimmy Graham is nearly a 20 point per game tight end, which can be hard in this filter. Although I might regret it because Buccaneers. Fucking, am I missing anybody huge here? Tom Brady would have been great for this. I don't want to take a Mike Evans here.
Take him.
I don't want to take an Evans here. Ugh, I think this is a throw. I think I just got to take an Evans here unless
Hey,
I'm
you
missing
probably
something
do have to
crazy.
take an Evans here. Yeah, give me Tom Brady.
Yeah, good pick.
21.
Woo! It's getting sweaty.
Buffalo
Bills.
Bills.
Josh Allen would have been great.
Oh, fuck, man. I'll take Diggs.
Diggs, good pick.
It's kind of my only option there.
And I'm
Tight end.
assuming this is updated for this year, but like James Cook was a 20-point per game scorer. Yeah, okay, we'll take that.
Diggs was better.
So Gibbs outscored Megatron, but it wasn't by much. So I'm gonna take Gibbs here.
I'll just take Megatron.
Yeah, it's gonna come down to what tight end you get.
Yeah.
Like Miami Dolphins, Reek, I'm assuming.
Yeah, give me Tyreek Hill. I just gotta literally get the mercy of the board here on the tight end.
Yeah, it's gonna come down to the wire. Wait, oh, I'm an idiot. I typed in Gibbs, HN. Green Bay Packers. I mean, this is. I would take Amon Green, but since he's gone, I got to go with Devontae Adams.
You take here?
You need about 211 points for the win here.
Oh,
Green Bay tight end. Oh no! Oh, oh.
I mean, Bob Tunyon had 10 touchdowns the one year.
Is that where you're going?
Finley's probably Tucker didn't have a good enough year. Mercedes Lewis? No, I don't think.
Who do we want?
Give me Jermichael Finley.
Game 5, Danny.
Hey, what was Robert Tunyon's year? I gotta know.
That was fucking greasy.
2021?
I passed on 2019 Mike Thomas, and it somehow worked out.
2020 Robert Tunyon?
Yeah, 2020.
150.5. Okay. I don't think I could have won there, to be honest.
Hey, so are we cooked, or you want to try one with the lowest score wins? That would be fucking disgusting. Yeah, let's try one lowest.
Let's try one with a horrendous score. Yeah.
Bet. All right, you want first or second pick?
I'll take first pick.
Bet. All right.
Do I go cookies here?
Young Coleman.
No. That's not a good answer. You definitely got more points than a bunch of bums. Give me Nathan Peterman.
Oh my god.
Oh, I can't. Okay, give me cookies, whatever.
Cookies.
That's way too many points.
How gross are we going? Because I'm thinking about going with Gilliam. No, he doesn't qualify. Let's go.
Yeah, I think you might need a certain amount of points here.
Matt Collins. Oh, fuck. Dawson Knox. Sure.
I mean, what? Would have been a better answer there.
Yeah, no, I didn't want to take somebody that's like a pure backup. Like I think it's like somewhat relevant. It's pretty fair. Rashad White had a big year. I'm not going to go there. If I'm not taking just purely backups, like,
Yeah, had to have been a starter. Let's make that the qualifier.
I was thinking about Josh Freeman, maybe. No, what? He doesn't even fucking.
There's a good answer on the board here, I think.
Sorry, I'm trying to fucking. Why doesn't Freeman show up?
I guess he didn't qualify.
Okay, I mean, I'll go with Brad Johnson. Sure, he started a year.
Give me Peyton Barber.
Peyton Barber's a good pickup. A good scoop.
Oh, it's not going to let me do it. Okay.
They're tricky.
Give me Austin Safarian Jenkins.
Ooh, that might show up. Nope, did not. That's the thing. It's like
Winslow was our starter that year.
Hey, he had more points than fucking Knox, but less than Johnson.
Okay, 49ers. Give me Emmanuel Sanders.
Could work. Emmanuel Sanders.
This is way less fun.
No, it is. I'm trying to think of gross fucking players now. Oh, I got one. Oh, Corey. Oh, Matt Breida doesn't show up. He literally started for a year for them.
Yeah.
Like Mostert, maybe? Yeah, because he would always get hurt.
You got to remember, it's going to give you their best season, too. So that's the hard part.
Yeah, that's the tricky thing.
It's got to be a guy that qualifies that didn't have a lot of seasons where they produced.
Yeah, that's what's tricky about it.
Oh, there's such a good answer for this one.
Cheeks.
No, because he had a good year.
Right. Oh my God. Was it fucking Hill? No, he played for the Bengals. Who am I fucking thinking of?
CH is not bad.
CH had a big year though for them. Oh, this is way harder.
No, I got a great one here.
Really?
Yeah. If it qualifies.
Oh. Valdez Scantling doesn't show up.
Nope.
Okay, well, fuck me then. I'm just gonna put Pacheco in because I have no clue where the fuck else to go.
Okay. Does Xavier Worthy or DeAndre Hopkins show up? Go Worthy. Okay.
You have less than fucking Pacheco, which is good for you.
Yeah. Denver Broncos. Give me Case Keenum.
Nope.
No. Bridgewater's not terrible, but I think that's a little much. I could probably find somebody here. Probably a running back. Give me CJ Anderson. No, that's bad. That's bad. Give me. In the flex, give me. Fucking what's that guy's? Eric Saubert.
Nope.
No, not gonna work. Okay, I'm like, we're not counting timers, I guess, because he went way over on yours.
Yeah, no, not a big deal, bro. It's tough.
Give me Marvin Mims.
Ooh, not a bad one.
There we go. That's a good one. It's a great one, actually.
It is a very good one.
I think they had to have had more than 100 fantasy points for them to qualify. So the closest you can get to 100 is probably the best.
Arthur's gonna know all the shitty fucking Denver receivers in the last 2 years. Fucking Christ. Like, does Pat Bryant even qualify? I don't think he does.
Try.
I could see. Nope. Awesome. Wow. Who is even the wide receiver 2?
I got a good shitty Broncos receiver that might qualify.
Oh God. I am drawing a blank. I'm trying to think of like the
20 running back too, or tight end.
Right. Please tell me no, Monty Ball doesn't qualify?
Nope.
Monte Ball? No, Sean had a big year in 2013. Otherwise, I would fucking think him. How does Monty Ball? Did he not have 100?
He didn't really have that many good years.
I'll just do it because I'm taking a lot of the timer, but like I think he's gonna have like 158. 198's even more.
Okay. I didn't think he'd have that much.
Texans, just like Jaden Higgins to count. Can I do Jaden Higgins? Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Can I do David Carr?
Nope. You do Matt Schaub.
No, he definitely had a good deal. Running back. Give me.
Oh, I got a good one. Fuck.
Give me Woody Marks, right?
You know who I was thinking of?
Who?
Ben Tate.
Oh, I see.
Ben Tate.
Quarterback for the Patriots. Would Jimmy Garoppolo qualify or Jacoby Brissett? I don't think they would have started. No, Jimmy Garoppolo qualifies.
You want him?
Let's do it. Yeah, give me Garoppolo.
What? He qualified with 36? What is it? What is the fucking rules for this thing?
That might have been a cheap one because he only started.
Whatever. Not a big deal. I was thinking of Lawrence Maroney, and he doesn't even show up.
Demario Douglas is not a bad one.
I mean, he had Did Bourne or him have more? Like I'm also thinking about. I'll go Amendola. I don't think he had a big year with the Patriots. He had his years with the Rams. Yeah, okay, so that wasn't like bad. Seahawks, I can go with. Oh my God, wait. Does Chris Matthews show up? Yeah, good point. What about Torrey Horton? No, fuck. So how does Jimmy Garoppolo count, but Torrey Horton doesn't? I'm getting fucking scumas.
Cooper Kupp kind of low key might be the answer here.
Could be. I'll do it for the memes. There's no way I'm overcoming the 36 there.
Running back.
You could probably put Sean Alexander here and still win.
Yeah, give me Rashad Penny. He didn't have that good of a year though one time.
The culture. Yo, fucking 36 is insane.
W of who's
good shit. Let's go.
Okay. Anyways, we are gonna head out of here. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. Again, if you guys are checking out stuff over on the site right now, Rookie Dynasty Draft Guide version number 1, February 15th. We have Emmett Johnson to finish today, Katron Allen, Nick Singleton, and then we're completely done the top 25 class or top 24 of the class. All those videos, all those breakdowns, player grades, draft cards, all that good stuff. As you can see here with Ty Simpson, for example, those are what you're going to be getting in that draft guide. And of course, all those player videos, like we said. Check out the site, everything going on over there. Mason and the devs added a new tool today where you're able to integrate the range of outcomes tool in with the rankings. So you can kind of see like, oh, how many 25-year-old wide receivers had it a 15-point per game season or whatever. So a lot of cool stuff going on over there. Of course, flockfantasy.com, promo code FSE. And of course, you can add more trade questions, team reviews, if you guys are so inclined. And we'll do more of these streams where we're giving away free ones. So stay tuned for those. But with that being said, peace out. We'll talk to you soon.